Well, CinemaCon is on its way. But before even that, Doomsday, apparently it's testing, and people are saying it's Infinity War good. What can we make of that? Hunger Games has a new trailer. There's a big opposition against the Warner Brothers and Paramount merger. A little bit more on CinemaCon. So we got tons to talk about here today. Where's Roka? He's at CinemaCon. So it's me on a Monday. Deal with it. You have Roka sometimes on a Monday by himself. Why not me? It's my freaking channel. So that being said, let's get into it. Cool. What's going on, everybody? It is Monday, and we got a lot to talk about, guys. Tons with CinemaCon going on. I'm gonna give shout out to the great Chris Carr. Dopey decision on my end. I didn't think about this when I had gotten accepted to CinemaCon, and I was going to have me and Sam and Winston potentially go. And then, Sam's schedule is ridiculous. My schedule is pretty ridiculous. And then Winston wasn't able to go either. And I was like, oh, okay, I guess we're not going to go. Chris Carr was like, hey, I could have covered this weekend. I said, shit. So we're going to do that next year. But, what are you going to do? But we're getting a lot of coverage, a lot of stuff that's happening in CinemaCon. I mean, like already. So Roka was going to try to make the show at 9, but he's trying to get set up and trying to get everything going. So don't worry about it. I don't know when, but he'll be back, I think, next week. I hope so. So I do know when. Anyway, we have some stuff to go over when it comes to CinemaCon. And by the way, Roxy and Mike will be on tomorrow. Do me a favor, please. I have to have a number for them to get so upset with tomorrow that they have to try to beat. So let's try to get to at least, if we can get to 200 today, and that way Mike just like blows a gasket, that would make my week. That would make my week. The other thing that would make my week, and I was going to do a community post about this, and I totally forgot to. Maybe Luke or PLD can do it. Luke will do it. I want to. The show, the campaign for my show, is coming up soon. At least, I believe it is. And one of the things that is going to be required that we're trying to do, one of the goals, I should say, is to try to get both Martini, my partner, my writing partner, who you will meet. She just started a Instagram account 2 weeks ago, and it's called TMI Tammy. I think it's TMI Aunt Tammy or something. And she already has over 51,000 followers on Instagram. And she just started it 2 weeks ago. She has videos over 2.2 million, and she's crushing it over there. So our goals are to try to hit 100,000 followers each on Instagram. So if you're not, I would assume, maybe Luke, can we do a poll in here? Like, how many people here watching right now or on the live stream are following me on Instagram? I've been posting a lot of old interviews. I've been posting newer clips and other things too. So I'm trying to post more things that you guys can see. So please head on over to my Instagram and check out that, and TikTok too. It's the Kristian Harloff on TikTok. We're approaching 80,000 followers over there, trying to hit 100 on both. So if you don't follow me on those platforms, that's free. I know not everybody's gonna be able to contribute to the campaign. I hope everybody can, but I know not everyone can. So if you can do it this way and do that would be great. So I'd like to see a if you're following me over there. And for people someone says I'm old, I don't do Instagram. Do you do Facebook? Because of my personal Facebook over there, we're trying that one's a 22K, and that's a new one. That used to be the Schmoes and Big Thing that I had a while ago, and that one's almost 100, but I barely use that one. My personal one's at 22. So anyway, all right, yeah. So there you go, Tony. Go to the Facebook. Go to my personal Facebook. It's got like 20. You'll see it like 22K. Go over there and check that out. Boomer book, hilarious. Okay, so I saw this, and I'm going to guess, because I have not read the article yet. I'm going to guess that this is the same thing from Robert Meyer Burnett. If it's not, it means there's a lot of different people talking about this, but it potentially could be R&B. So let's talk about this Avengers story, because this would, if true, lend a little bit more a little bit more merit to my bold claim of how much money I think this movie's going to make. But here is here it is. Hold on. And it is. Avengers Doomsday is already screening, saying it's Infinity War good. Marvel Studios' Avengers Doomsday doesn't open for another 8 months. It's expected that additional filming on the project will take place shortly in the UK. But it may not be much if the news reports hold any truth. Scooper and My Time to Shine Hello got the ball rolling, saying Marvel Studios held a private test screening of the pre-shoot version of Avengers Doomsday for Feige and select staff, and they were very pleased. Some of it calling it the best Marvel movie yet. How many times have we heard that? Longtime industry veteran Robert Meyer Burnett chimed in on that report, seemingly added that I was met with reactions on par with 2018's Infinity War. That's the post that I saw last night from R&B. This would be consistent with reports that the upcoming additional filming is mostly about adding scenes and elements as opposed to redoing any major sequences already shot by the Russo brothers. Poster for the film has been spotted at CinemaCon, fueling rumors that an early look at the film will take place at the exhibitor Confab in Las Vegas during the Disney panel on Thursday. It just has the entire cast on it. Okay, so let's get to you want to get to the skeptical side of things, which everybody will do anyway. And that is, okay, yeah, sure, they're hyping it up. They're saying it's the best ever. Great. It doesn't always happen, though, with test screenings. Sometimes the screenings you go, oh, people are saying it's not that great. I mean, look at the Supergirl one. They said it was mixed. Some people said they really enjoyed it. Some said not so great. This is one early screening. Doesn't mean that it's anything. Doesn't mean that should be saying, look, should have went with me. Our prediction's right. For those of you wondering what the hell my prediction is, I said if this movie is good, and it is on par with Infinity War and these other things, this movie has a possibility to be the first $3 billion movie and the most profitable movie of all time. And people are calling me crazy, to which I say you are probably right. But I'm sticking with it. I think the Russo brothers want to prove something. I think they're going to make a direct sequel to Endgame. There's a reason why Endgame is coming out when it's coming out. Again, it's coming out in October, I think. I believe they're adding a post-credit scene. I don't know. I haven't heard that from anybody. I think there were rumors and stuff. It's not like someone told me that there is a post-credit. Maybe there isn't. But if there is, and it gets more people hyped up, I think we're going to be in good shape. So, what do I make about these test screenings? Who saw it? Was it the Russo brothers and their family? Like who said it's the best thing since Infinity War? I know the answer to that is no. They probably screened it for people. I'm just saying who was in that test screening? How many test screenings have they had thus far? That's what I want to know. I want to know who we listening to. I don't know. I'm very, very curious to see, because when you get the Russos, who have been lights out when it comes to Marvel, lights out. There's no, people are going to judge Roca famously will say, well, they did crappy Netflix movies. That ain't Marvel. That's not the Marvel machine. It's a different thing. They seem to really get Marvel, and they seem to have to go a little bit more on a road when it comes to Marvel, as opposed to going off and just doing their own thing on other movies, because it's their movies and they can just say Netflix F you money and they can do whatever the hell they want. And maybe that's just maybe they need to be a little confined a little bit more inside of this IP. Because even if I'm way off, someone said that they don't, I can't remember who it was. I think Chris Carr said she didn't think it was going to make $1 billion. And I just raved about Chris Carr, how much I love Chris Carr, and Chris Carr is watching right now. I hope she is. I think Chris Carr is a crazy person in the way people think I'm a crazy person, that I think is going to make 3. I think whoever thinks this movie won't make $1 billion is a crazy person. 1.5 is a given. 2 is when you start to go, okay, what are we going to do? It really is about how it's going to do critically up top. If people are like, oh, this is the Marvel that we've been expecting, that we're hoping, and that kind of buzz comes from the critics early, and then the fans start to see it, and then there's repeat viewing. Whether it hits 2.5 or 3 or whatever, it's going to be a success. This movie's going to be the biggest movie of the year. And there was another report that came out over the weekend, was that it's already tracking to do like huge numbers and be the biggest movie of the year. To what extent, I do not know yet. But it is going to be the biggest movie of the year. And I think that the more that the movie, remember, it doesn't come out until December. And I remember when talking to Winston and Chris about this, like, oh, there's no hype on this. It doesn't come out until December. The hype starts now. The hype is starting already. The hype is starting with this type of reaction. Infinity War type level. It's tracking off the roof. CinemaCon, they showed some stuff. This is where it begins. And this is where the marketing and the campaign begins. Now, they're going to really lean into, because the only thing that they really have for movies, Marvel, is this. Wait a minute. What about Spider-Man? That's Sony. That's Sony's panel. Disney's Marvel panel is this movie. When it comes to Marvel, they have other things they're going to do, and we know they're going to do Mandalorian Grogu. They're going to probably do a little Starfighter. They're going to do some of their Pixar stuff. They'll do Moana. They'll do Toy Story. But they'll probably show a little bit of this. Now, are they going to get an actual trailer for it? This would be a good time to do it. You don't have to do it now. Comic-Con's right around the corner. It'll be July. And I think waiting, that'll be like less than 6 months before you do it is interesting. But I think you put a teaser out now. Sometimes you put a teaser out a year before the movie comes out. A lot of times you do that. So this would be a good time to do it. I'm very, very curious to see how it's going to play. But look, if you keep getting more reports like this, if it's just a few people and you only hear this once, and then other people are like, it's all right, it's just a cameo soup, it doesn't really work, that's when people's initial fears are going to come. And some people will say that regardless, right? No matter what. Bibiani, I'm looking at you. But I think that, it's going to come down to that initial wave. You go, okay, well, the first wave will be the influencers that get invited. And we know they love it. They love it already. So you take that how you want. Then the actual critics will be involved and we'll see it. And that's the way that people go, okay, wait a minute. So-and-so, I trust that person. I trust that person. All right. They said, it wasn't too high on that one. They like that one. Okay. That's all right. All right. So then, if you're going to go to the next wave, which is that first weekend, which is what does the audience think? What does the audience think? That's the main thing. Dune trailer, or really? Oh, I hear what Luke said. Dune's coming out the same day, and that trailer has already come out. So, yeah. So it would be a good time to release this right now. Will there be another trailer for Dune? Like a longer trailer to come for Dune for Warner Brothers? That's possible too. We'll discuss some of the stuff for that, but I just wanted to get into this because I'm hyped for this movie. I'm very hyped for this movie because I'm so excited that the Russos are back. I'm so excited to see how they're going to make everything play together and actually use the multiverse in the way that we all hoped that Marvel was going to initially when they announced it. The people are so sour on it, including myself, are sour on the multiverse because it was mishandled and it's sloppy and there was no rules and it was just there was no connecting storyline to understand the entire multiverse. So we get bored with it. It's like, enough with the multiverse. So if you can really tie that in and again make it a direct sequel off Endgame, you can still incorporate the stuff that happened afterwards. You're not retconning anything, but you make it a direct sequel off of Endgame and play into everything that happened in those things that we thought was toast. Don't ruin the stuff because I think some people would rightfully go, oh, you had a perfect kind of bow. What are you going to untie that bow and ruin the present? Let's see if they can connect it all. If it was just somebody else randomly who put it together, like I understand the fears with like Colbert, right? With the Lord of the Rings stuff. He's a big fan. He's a big fan of the IP and he's a fan of everything. But people are rightfully so saying, oh, I don't know what are you going to do? You're going to mess up those perfect movies and how that played and what Tolkien did and how he wrote it. You're going to mess those things up. Peter Jackson also involved in that, but not directing it, not really writing it. So you can see like maybe it's more so the fear. The Russo brothers are involved in this. They're involved in this. And they're doing the through line that I think we've already heard for rumors that Doom's kind of pissed off that whatever Steve did to get himself, to Peggy and everything that happened there, it messed things up, and it's got to incorporate all the different universes, and then they can just finally, after Secret Wars, just get rid of the multiverse and focus in on one timeline. So I think that I think if you can accomplish that and you make it count, you got a chance here to get all those people who are going, look, there are wrestling fans out here, and because wrestling fans were, whether you, let's say I'm going to use the golden era. People were fans of the golden era. Then that's like the 80s, leading up to like, the early 90s. And then the product fell off, and a lot of those fans left. A lot of those fans came back around 5 or 6 years later during the Monday Night Wars, when WCW started pop, when Steve Austin and The Rock started to emerge. A lot of those fans, there were a lot of new fans, but there were a lot of fans that came back because the product got better. That is an absolute possibility of what could happen here if it is done well. There are going to be this conversation had all over the place. Dude, you see that new Marvel movie? Nah, I stopped watching them after this. This one's great, dude. Really? Do I have to get caught up on the other stuff? No. If all you get is what? Have you ever seen Endgame? Yeah. Yeah, of course. You seen Endgame? It takes place right after that. So you don't have to watch the other stuff. No, I mean, some of the characters pop up and stuff, and they acknowledge it, but it's not like you're going to be lost. That's a conversation, hopefully, that will be had. Because if that conversation is had, that will get more people into the theater. All right, well, you said it's pretty good. I love Endgame. Yeah, dude, it takes. Look, and maybe some. I'm not saying this is a definite. This is what I would tell somebody. Thanos may or may not be in it. Really? How? You got to see the movie. It's worth it. Yeah, it's worth it. All right, I'll go see it. That's going to happen. And whether Thanos, I don't know if Thanos is in it. I'm just saying hypothetically. Or the fact that that's why I showed Sam the Downey thing. I showed Sam the Downey. Sam didn't know that Downey was casted. How did she not know? Because she's not in this space. She shouldn't pay attention to this. But the marketing is going to be so heavy on him that I was like, even she is not going to be able to dodge this eventually. So I showed it to her, and I think they're going to start marketing on him, and more people are going to learn that these all-stars are back. So we'll see. What do you guys think? Do you think that this is going to deliver? Is this hype, warranted hype, or BS hype? Infinity War level? Is this a Flash type screening, best comic book movie ever type screening, or is this, hey, this shit's legit? This is gonna hit. Put your thoughts in there, and please let me know. And I mentioned that because the Clips channel just hit 17K. So if you're not subscribed to the Clips channel, please do that. 17K almost over there. As I mentioned to you before, I was talking about Avengers. We are getting closer and closer to the campaign, and the more numbers that I can show, and we're trying to show this to places, the better it gets. Because I'm not working with a Stuckman level type subscriber base. I'm not working with a Markiplier type subscriber base. I'm working with our very powerful, modest community that we have. But if you guys are subscribed to all of it, the Instagram, the TikTok, the Clips channel, all of it, it's numbers. And that's what counts today. I've had these conversations 1,000 times over the last 5 weeks. So hopefully you want to support. That's how you do it. It's easy. Just go right now, whatever you're doing, go to my Instagram and check out Martini's also, which is TMI Tammy with an I. And she's got over 52,000. She's going to surpass me I've been working on that account for 10 years. She's been working on that account for 2 weeks. It's crazy. So anyway, okay. We got more to talk about. I want to get into the CinemaCon stuff because I don't even know if I'm going to, I mentioned more stuff that up top, but I don't know if I'm going to get to all of it, but this I know I'll get to. And as I also mentioned, I want to get to 200 questions today because I really want Mike and Roxy to earn it tomorrow because of the way they behaved last week. Anyway, gonna post what else am I gonna post today? Oh, Winston and I did a First Blood reaction that I'm gonna post after this show. Tomorrow is going to be the Game of Thrones episode 7 from season 7. Wednesday will be Scary Movie 2. Thursday, oh no. Yeah. At some point I'm gonna do Darth Maul episodes 3 and 4. What are they doing, by the way? Why are they dropping these episodes at like 12 a.m. for PST? Why are they doing that? Like, what? It's because they don't want. I mean, normally they drop things that late because they don't want the server to crash. But are people rushing out to watch the Darth Maul series? I mean, not that it's not great. I love it. But what are they doing? What's the strategy with that? PLD doesn't know. He's throwing his hands up right now. He has no clue. He has no idea. I don't know what that means. I don't know why they would do something like that. Anyway, the time zones, but 12 a.m. and then 3 a.m. So the time zone, sure. It makes no sense. To drop it because it's animated? It's stupid. Really, I know. They said they've always released that time with animated stuff. They have. You're not wrong. Stupid. It doesn't change the fact the stupidity behind it. Stupid. My daughter had another wonderful line. I know you guys enjoy Maisie-isms, as we will call them. You know, she watches the show. Shit. I wish I would have asked her before I went on. So Mark Rober, who you guys I'm sure are very familiar with, he has like this friend who's come on. The guy was a photographer. Maybe you guys know. The guy's got 26 million subscribers. I'm sure somebody knows. But anyway, he was a photographer for a while, and then he started doing video blogs with his daughter. Salish is her name. And they start doing all these videos, and my daughter watches the show, and she watches it religiously. And I was watching, like, holy crap, this is 26 million freaking subscribers and all the. This is nuts. She goes, you'd get that many if your channel wasn't boring. Is what my 8-year-old says. And I go, what do you mean? She goes, nobody wants to watch somebody watch a movie. She goes, just do something else. I started laughing. So I was like, this is the voice of the generation. And I was like, you know, I'm not even gonna lie to you and tell you that I 1000% thought about just scrapping the whole thing and just focusing on her. That's it. Probably have 75 million subscribers within 2 weeks, like Martini's Instagram. But it's hilarious. No, I know. It's just I know that there's clearly a reaction. But this is coming from an 8-year-old, guys. That's like, but just it was her delivery on it. Well, it was just so great. I just loved it. She's hilarious. What did she say? She said something the other day tonight, and she made me laugh. She goes, "Why are you laughing?" I go, "She made me laugh." She goes, "It wasn't a reason why I said what I said." She's hilarious. She's hilarious. Anyway, she does have great comedic timing. She doesn't realize it though. You know, I almost when I told that story about the that she's into death metal, the part that I left out of it was that I actually walked in with her listening to it, doing the death metal. But I just I'm hesitant of putting my kids on the internet. You know, that's the thing. That's why, as much as I would love to focus in on her, I want her to have a normal childhood. So anyway, okay, let's do this story, the CinemaCon thing, because there's a lot of stuff. And this will probably be the remainder of the show, to be honest. Maybe I'll get to this other stuff. I have no idea. But let's check it out. All right. CinemaCon, here is the schedule. This is when Marvel and Sony and more bring their biggest releases to Las Vegas. So, coming from comicbookmovie.com, I'm going to see exactly what they're going to show. CinemaCon begins this week in Vegas. We have the full schedule for an event that gives us looks at Avengers Doomsday, Spider-Man Brand New Day, Spider-Man Beyond the Spider-Verse. Now, I don't know if this is just covering the comic book stuff, but I like to cover the other stuff too, but I'm not sure if it's there. Let's see. CinemaCon takes place in Las Vegas this week, and now we have a full schedule for all the biggest panels. Sony Pictures opens the event tonight, with the expectation being that the Spider-Man franchise will be front and center. As a reminder, CinemaCon is the annual event held in Vegas that brings together exhibitors and studio partners for one massive trade show focusing on the motion picture industry and the theatrical experience. So where cinema chains come to learn about the latest innovations in technology and the hottest new trends in theater concessions, it also becomes a place for studios to put on a little show and tell to drum up excitement for their upcoming titles. It's not quite Comic-Con or D23, but the excitement online is something studios often capitalize. I'm going to push back on that a little bit. I'm going to say that I think that CinemaCon is becoming more relevant than either one of those. I think that CinemaCon is becoming way more relevant than D23, Comic-Con, or Star Wars Celebration. I think it is the one that's taken most serious. I think it is the one you get the most news from. I think it is the one that you see the press, that you get the more exclusive stuff that the press writes about. It to me seems way more legit as a legit kind of like news platform than those other ones. I think it's more relevant. And someone made a great point, especially after the studio season 1 and the way that they highlighted it. It's really where the studios go to shine their material. They're putting on their best face. They're showing everything. They want to impress the theater owners. So the Comic-Cons and everything else too is to impress the fans, which is ultimately, you hope, the most important, right? But when it comes to the business side of it, you're going to show the people who are going to really buy your stuff the most, the theaters, you're going to want to impress them the most. So it is absolutely 100% the most relevant, in my humble opinion. All right. So moving forward, an unfinished cut of The Flash was even screened in 2023, and the reaction for those was mostly positive. That changed when the movie arrived in theaters. I was one of those people. Gave it a positive review. Don't look back on it. I stand by it. The beginning is the farts, the CGI, the baby stuff, and it's horrible. Hated the excuse for it. The ending is the poops. But the movie itself, I thought there was a lot in there that worked. But I'm in the minority. I understand that. However, for context and to keep expectations in check, last year's CinemaCon saw Sony Pictures announce Spider-Man Brand New Day's title and Spider-Man Beyond the Spider-Verse's release date. Attendees got to see some footage from the latter, which was never released online. Hence my point about Comic-Con. They do what they used to do at Comic-Con. They don't do that anymore, and as much anymore, without it getting leaked. A lot of stuff does not get leaked at CinemaCon because it's press, not fans. On the Marvel side, the Thunderbolts cast revealed 5 minutes of footage from the movie, while a special look at the Fantastic Four First Steps also debuted in Sin City. Neither sneak peek was shared online, and it was roughly 2 weeks later that the latter's teaser trailer was released online. So even if Avengers Doomsday does come to Comic-Con a few days from now, that doesn't necessarily mean a trailer will be shared across Marvel Studios' usual social media platforms. A poster, though, that's not outside the realm of possibility. Whatever happens, we'll be bringing you the biggest update from CinemaCon as and when they happen. Whatever happens, we're bringing you the biggest update from CinemaCon as when they happen. Here's my pushback, and we'll look at this. In regards to the not showing anything to the public for Doomsday, which I don't think is a crazy call, saying they probably won't show anything, or they'll show something, but the fans won't see it. Here's what I wouldn't want to do if I was Marvel, because what you can't do is tell the press to not explain what they have just seen. And there will be a detail of, well, here's what happens. In the beginning of the trailer, Steve Rogers does this, and then so-and-so does this, and then so, and we're going to say, I don't want to know about it, but you're going to start to hear about it. I don't want to be spoiled through print. So release it at the same time, a trailer. Now, behind the scenes stuff, and or maybe a scene or something, sure. But I wouldn't want to do that. That's just me. I would say, look, the entire press is be sitting there, and they're going to tell everybody what the trailer's about. We can't tell them not to write about it, because there's no embargo on that of what they saw. I don't want people to know what's coming. Let's just release it at the same time, because those will be leaks. And be like, well, we saw it, and we're getting hype around it. I wouldn't do that. But we'll see. We'll find out on Thursday. Here's the full schedule itself. Monday, April 13th. That's today. That's Sony. Now, he says this is 6:30 to 8:30. Is that East Coast time or is that PST? Doesn't say. I'm assuming it's PST. And if that's the case, that's 9:30 then for me. Tuesday, April 14th, Godzilla's -0. Are they showing the whole movie? Is that what that is? They're showing the entire movie for Godzilla -0? 9/11 would assume so. It can't be a full 2-hour panel on Godzilla -0. I would assume they're either showing the movie or that would be silly. Who the hell wants to see a 2-hour panel of that? I want to see the movie, but 2-hour panel? It's got to be the movie. The Neon panel at 9 to 11. That's interesting. And then Warner Brothers is at 4:30 to 6:30 panel, which is you'll get a lot of stuff. Warner Brothers probably has a lot of exciting stuff. That will be one that we'll be tuning into for sure. Wednesday, April 15th, Forgotten Island, 9:30 to 11:30. So I'm assuming they are showing the movie there. Otherwise, they wouldn't say, they would just be part of the studio it's part of. Universal Pictures, 4 to 6. Amazon, MGM, 8:30 to 10:15. And then Thursday, April 16th is Paramount Pictures, 9:45 to 11, followed by Disney at 2:30 to 4:30. So as we were going over Rogue's not on the show. I'm not yelling at Luke. I'm yelling at myself. I hit that. So when it comes to this schedule, I was talking to Luke this morning, who said, look, the majority of the stories this week are all going to be stuff that comes out of Comic-Con. I mean, it's Comic-Con, CinemaCon. It's going to be, trailers. It's going to be news. There's going to be tons of it. So, we'll just cover the shit out of it. So tomorrow, even though Mike and Roxy are on and they want to talk about, Mike wants to talk about nonsense, we're not going to talk about nonsense. We're going to talk about the stuff that's actually going on. Because I can't have him, just stumble in his words. I've seen him do that before.
Flesh! Mr. Sam Jones! And like that, he's gone.
Poor bastard. I'd be lying if I told you I didn't get emotional last night. I watched some of the I watched Smets and Kalinowski promo for Spectacular 4. Such a good promo. Nerd Chronic is an artist. Such an artist. Anyway, so the stuff that is playing, the stuff that we discussed it the other day, on Friday when we were all talking about what to expect. But when you look at that schedule, there's tons of shit that we're gonna get. tomorrow's news is gonna be all about Sony Pictures, which I'm not staying here. It's 6:30. I'll be at 9:30. I'll be at home. I'm not going to be covering this tonight. But tomorrow morning, the main stories will be Spider-Man related, I'm sure, and all the stuff that we saw. And there'll probably be another Spider-Man trailer, maybe. The last one just came out so recently, so maybe not. I don't know. But they'll show scenes which will be exclusive. Those should stay exclusive. And if somebody decides to write about them, then somebody writes about them. I'm going to try not to click on them. I don't want to spoil anything if it's something that's super relevant, but I wonder if what they're gonna announce there. And it won't just be Spider-Man. It'll be about a bunch of other stuff and a lot of the other projects that Sony's working on, Sonic and other things too. And then on Wednesday, when Smetsy is on, we'll probably talking about we'll talk about the Neon stuff and then the Warner Brothers stuff. That'll cover the entire day. Thursday we'll cover Universal and Amazon, and then Friday we'll cover all of Paramount and Disney. So it's going to be a whole week of stoof. Pretty pumped for it. This is exciting. So I guess we'll get Highlander for Amazon, MGM, other things. Luke thinks that Spider-Verse trailer would drop also, which makes sense considering they did some stuff for it last year, and they did 100%. Makes a lot of sense. Okay, so you guys aren't helping me on my journey today to beat Mike and Roxy. So be it. So when they're on tomorrow, then they just trounce me. I get it. But it'll be a short show today because I'm gonna talk about a couple, maybe the Hunger Games thing, and I'm gonna jump to the questions. You want to stay on? Stay on. If not, then that's it. I'll catch up on editing. So let's see. I want to see if there's anything else that we should discuss. But let's talk about anything else in that comes out. I guess the whole reason I'm not really diving too much deep in it because we covered it so much on Friday, but it's just a matter of what we're going to see for Marvel, what we're going to see for Star Wars, what we're going to see for a lot of these different things. I'm curious. I also am very curious, when it comes to some of these Oscar movies that they're going to show, and some of the and what more on Dune? Anything else on Dune? I think we get more of a story trailer on Dune, perhaps too. Right? Yes, no, maybe. I don't know. All right. I'm not covering that, Luke. I can't anymore. I can't. Thank you for sending it. But I will I'm very curious to see what happens over the course of the next couple of days. Please let me know. Again, follow it on the Clips channel, follow it anywhere else that we cover this stuff too. PLD, thumbs up. Did you get the Spotify episodes out this weekend? Thumbs up. PLD for everybody who was asking about the Spotify episodes that weren't what had happened. What had happened was when I was on my vacation in LA. Again, things I don't think about because I've been doing it on my own for so long. I should ask PLD when I was gone. I should have showed him how to do it on Spotify and put the video up there. He puts everything up on Apple. And I was out, so I didn't put any of those episodes up and waited till I get back. So PLD went back, and all of those episodes that were missed are now on Spotify. So if you missed all those episodes and you only listen on Spotify, well, there you go. All the episodes, and they will continue to. So if I'm going to miss them, if I think I'm going to miss them, not going to be able to put it up in time, I'll ask PLD and he'll be able to do it. So we won't miss that anymore. I know we have quite a few Spotify listeners, so I don't want to neglect you guys. I know how much you guys look forward to it, and I really appreciate that. Okay. So I guess the other topic that we could cover here, let's do this one. Let's do the Paramount merger one. I think that's pretty important. I don't think it's going to go anywhere, but let's talk about it because I also want to know the stats on petitions. Has a petition actually ever reversed anything in this business? Right? You always see these. I know that sometimes like a petition of like, hey, we have enough things. Can we get it picked up on Netflix or something? It's like, yeah. That's amazing. That's amazing. Martini just sent me a screenshot. Boy George just liked her post. It's amazing. I'm telling you. Please go and look. I can't tell you how the Instagram is blowing up. It's kind of like, I'm going to check right now. Is it 51,000 this morning when I looked? I'm going to check right now. And I'll tell you how many she's got. TMI Tammy with an I. No, I was wrong. I was 50.2 is what I saw. It said 50.5 now. Okay, so she's at 50.5 right now. And let me see how many that freaking that one video has. It had like 2.1 last I checked. 2.2 now. 2.2 million. Her latest post is 85,000. So she's crushing it over there. Anyway, okay. So I want to get to this Paramount merger. 50.5 is what Luke says for TMI Tammy. It's incredible. Really good. Should have her on this show soon, just as a guest. Maybe should have her just on a full episode. I've been waiting for the campaign. Maybe I should just bring her on soon. All right. Here it is. Joaquin Phoenix, Don Cheadle, J.J. Abrams, and many others share an open letter opposing Warner Brothers Paramount merger, with a caveat that if it goes through, they'll be happy to work there. More than 1,000 plus Hollywood names, including Joaquin Phoenix, Ben Stiller, Kristen Stewart, Denis Villeneuve, David Fincher, have signed an open letter opposing the Paramount Warner Brothers merger. Though U.S. and EU regulators still need to put the final stamp on the deal, Warner Brothers Discovery and Paramount Skydance officially announced that their $111 billion mega merger was full steam ahead back in February. The joint announcement followed the bombshell news that Netflix had decided to pull out of the battle for Warner Brothers Discovery just a couple hours after the David Zaslav-led media company's board declared Paramount's new bid a superior proposal. Part of the deal, Paramount and Warner Brothers will operate as an independent studio with a commitment to 15 films from each every year, with full 45-day window before going to premium video on demand with longer windows for hit films. There are various other concerns, of course, and many within the industry worry that Ellison's close ties to the Trump administration could stifle free expression. Several high-profile names are already spoken out against the merger, but the trades have now published an open letter with over 1,000 Hollywood actors, directors, writers, and producers, including Joaquin Phoenix, Bryan Cranston, Glenn Close, Ben Stiller, Don Cheadle, Jason Bateman, J.J. Abrams, and Yorgos, expressing unequivocal opposition to the deal. There's you want to read the full letter? It is right there. It's a long letter. I'm not going to read the whole thing, but representatives for Paramount and Warner Bros. Discovery did not immediately respond to requests for comment, but it's difficult to imagine anything getting in the way of the merger now that the wheels are in motion. And that's ultimately what it comes down to, right? He's not on the show. So if this goes through, when this goes through, it's going to go through for a lot of different reasons. It's going to go through because right now, the people who are in charge are on their side. And in a way that Netflix, I think, was not. Netflix is more down the middle. But the fact that, their team wanted the prize, then they were going to let their team get it. And I think that's ultimately what happened when the White House meeting happened between Sarandos and Trump. So that I think that Sarandos also knew there was no winning that overall. So like we're out, we're done. What are we doing? They're gonna just keep upping the price here, and we're not gonna win this at this point. So the fact that most of the people who were, not most of the people, I shouldn't say most of the people, the names that I recognized inside that open, in that letter, are people who are openly against this current administration and other things too, and they're pretty outspoken about it. So it doesn't surprise me that they're on the list. I don't think it's going to go anywhere. I think it's more so to say, hey, we're opposed to this leadership getting this because we're concerned. Now, I do think there's quite a few people, as much as I made that joke, I think there's quite a few people on that list that will decide not to work with Paramount and Warner Brothers. I think they'll work with Netflix. I think they'll work with Disney. They'll work with other people, and that's in the way that, Warner Brothers lost Nolan. But the thing is, there's going to be enough money going around that it's not really going to offset the balance. I just don't think it will. I think that, money talks, and people are going to go, hey, I'll pay you X amount of dollars. I know you're not really working right now, or you worked on a smaller film. I'm going to give you X amount of dollars to work on this one and get the franchise back on track. Some people are going to say, yeah, you know what? I'll do it. It's not, you're not going to get everybody. Not everybody's a Ruffalo or Bryan Cranston. I don't think those guys will go anywhere near Paramount, but I think there'll be a lot of people who do. But anyway, but that's my question though too. Like I think though sometimes that and I understand why it's done. Shouldn't say it should, and I want to make it clear. Not that I don't think it should be done, but when these types of documents are put out there, and you look at Joaquin Phoenix and other people, when there is an open letter opposing something, is it really the intent that they say, if we get enough signatures here, we can crush this thing? Or do they know it's going to go through, but they want to make it heard that there is an opposition against it? I think it's the latter. And I think it's a powerful thing to do. Hey, these are the names. The thing is, though, you put your name on that list, the people who do go on that list wind up working there, you're going to be called a hypocrite. We had a conversation and I don't mean it anymore. Can't do that. And I don't think a lot of them will. I think a lot of them will stick to their guns. But I don't know. No, you know what, Mirror Domains? Thank you for putting that in there. I didn't even think about that today. Luke, how dare you let me down? Luke let me down. Luke never lets me down. But anyway, when it comes to this merger, I think it goes through. I think there are more people oppose it, but it's going to go through. What do you guys think? Put your thoughts in there. Let me know if you're on the Clips channel. Let me know there. If you're on the replay, if you're on the live chat, let me know. If you're on Spotify, let me know. All right. So because of our good friend Mirror Domains, I got one more story for you. Where were you on this one, Luke? Box office. Let's talk about that box office. Because there was more box office that went down. Knowing Luke, you probably did put it in there, and I probably just missed it. So let's check this out, because I haven't really discussed too much of the box office because I've been out of town. The Super Mario Galaxy movie does it again with $69 million this weekend, bringing its gross to $628 million. Will it get to $1 billion? Maybe. 628. I wonder what it did. What was the number at this point for Super Mario, the first one, at the second week worldwide? Let me know if you guys know. I'll do a quick search on Dark Horizons and see if double check and see if I can find this. Check. Looking. I'm looking for the box office story on Dark Horizons. By the way, there's another thing. Mandalorian, speaking of box office, Mandalorian, let's start with this. Mandalorian is targeting a $71 million debut, and that's less than Solo, right? So I saw a lot of people doing exactly what I thought that they would do. And that is, less than Solo. That's going to be a big bomb, just like Solo. Solo costs about $300 million to make overall with all the reshoots, if not more. Now, I'm making this clear. I've also said I don't think Mandalorian Grogu is going to be a big hit. I think it's going to be anywhere between like 375 to 550 is what I think it is his ceiling. Which is not great if you're a Star Wars fan, but it's not a loss because the movie costs $150 million to make. It's almost like $150 to $200 million less than Solo. So you can't compare it to Solo, because if they would have spent that much, then you can absolutely compare it. But for what it's doing now, what it's trying to do is make back its production budget on its television show, which what it was, and tracking at 70 million for domestic. If I'm Disney, I'm going, okay, good start. Maybe what's it tracking on worldwide? Maybe we do another 70, and we can do 150 to 200 million opening weekend. I like those numbers if I'm Disney, if I'm trying to get to the $500 million mark. So 75, I'm not upset with that. I'm Disney. I'm going, yeah, you gotta understand that. It's not this magical thing. Well, it's Star Wars and everyone's gonna go see Star Wars. It's a television show. That's why the people it's gonna make $1 billion. No, it's not. You're out of your mind. Stop making predictions if you think this is gonna make $1 billion. Stop it. But going back to actual box office and what's going on in the box office, trying to look at the actual numbers and see what I can't find Dark Horizons numbers on it. I'm trying to see it. Hold on. Oh, there it is. Okay. I will read this one first, and then I'll go over the actual numbers that were on there. Here it is. This is usually Dark Horizons usually gets like a prediction of what's going to happen, but it says Mario and Tuscany and Mary once again dominate the box office. So where is my stream yard? There it is, motherfucker. All right. Mark Ellis, what do you think about this? Oh, buddy. All right, let's see. Okay. Mario, Tuscany, Mary dominate the box office. Super Mario Galaxy movie unsurprisingly dominated the international box office in its second weekend, pulling in 153 worldwide, bringing the film's global to $629 million by the end of its second weekend. $69 million of that was the domestic haul this week, and the film is currently pacing just 13% behind. Okay, there we go. There's my answer. Behind its predecessor at the same point in time with $308 million domestically. Overseas, its totals up to $321. Galaxy is now the third highest grossing film based on a video game of all time globally, with the movie looking likely to pass $1 billion by the time it's finished its theatrical run. Okay, so they think it's going to be through stats billion. So I think you could do that. Project Hail Mary continues strongly with a further $55 million worldwide, with $24.5 million of that being domestic. Its global total now stands at $511 million, and now stands a chance of taking on Bond, Quantum of Solace at $590 million, and possibly The Martian, which is $631 before leaving cinemas. Zendaya and Robert Pattinson led the drama, took a further 22.7 million worldwide. That's pretty good. 8.7 million from domestic, bringing its global to 62.1 million. Curious how much a movie costs. I'm going to guess. I'm going to say 30. Newcomer You, Me, and Tuscany landed at 8 million domestically and 1.1 million overseas for 9.1 million. Hopper's finishing up its run, taking 11.5, 4.1 of that domestically. Faces of Death is coming in now 1.7, while Exit 8 is 1.4. All right, let's go back to the actual numbers of what they are. Dive into this a little bit. Super Mario, again, this is 628 so far. I think it's got a shot. I don't know what's coming out as far as kids movies lately, but I don't think there's a lot of competition. So I think it could get to $1 billion. It's going to get close. Project Hail Mary, once again, as we said, it's at 510. This could potentially get to 600, but it'll take a little bit, but it could get to 600. The drama, I don't know what the budget is, but 42 million, if it only costs like between 20 and 30, which I can't imagine it costs any more than that, at least it shouldn't, should be a profit. You, Me, and Tuscany, I missed the screening for this one. I was in LA, but 9 million for that one. Hoppers, the total of 354. So, okay. Box office numbers again. I think that's you're pretty hopeful as we're leading into the summer movie season coming up right around the corner. You got the big movie really that's even kind of jump starting the summer season is Michael. That's gonna be a huge opening that comes out around at the end of the month. I'm going to see it this week. What am I seeing tomorrow? Shit, I'm seeing something tomorrow. What the hell am I seeing tomorrow? I'm seeing something tomorrow. What is it? Shit. I can't remember. I have a screening tomorrow. Someone will tell me what it is. But I have two screenings. I have Michael on Thursday, and I have something tomorrow, which I almost had it. It was in my brain, and that was Mummy. Thank you. It's exactly what it was. Lee Cronin's The Mummy. It's exactly what it is. It's tomorrow. So I see that tomorrow. And then Michael's on Thursday. So we shall see. Anyway, what do you guys make of the box office? You like it? You like what's happening? You hopeful? Is this? If I'm the theaters and I'm the studios, I like these numbers in April leading into May. I like these numbers because May through August is when you got to have the real juicy numbers, and we're really going to be talking about box office. It's going to dominate the Monday show because there's going to be so many battles happening. This is the first summer in probably before the pandemic that you've got a real juiced up summer season, because remember last year was supposed to have a lot of that, but the strikes kind of pushed a bunch of things back to this year. So you got a good summer. I thought it was gonna be a great summer last year. It was a good summer, but this year's really stacked up to be that old school kind of like boom, big stuff. What's going to dominate and how are they going to, sustain and all that. So we shall see. All right, we're going to get to your question in just a bit. I am going to watch and react and review to Darth Maul a little later on. Peel, did you watch it? Oh, you've seen it. Peel's seen it. He told me he saw it. I'm curious what people thought about the next two episodes. I want to see what you thought. What are you saying? I just watched my Daredevil season. What the hell are we on? Episode 5 coming up now. 5 is coming up on tomorrow, and I've already did my reaction. I did my reaction 5 and 6. I think the show is phenomenal. I think it's on par with the Netflix series now. Like you can see that they have their groove overall. So I would I'd see what people want to check out. So hopefully you're digging it. All right, let's get to these questions. We got 25. I'm hoping for 200. That's right. I'm hoping for 200 because if I can get to 200, then I can put Roxy and Mike on their heels and make them think about the falsities of what they did last week. Mustafa says, hey, Kristian, and this is super early, but can you confidently confirm reactions to One Piece in 2027? Just curious as a massive OP event. For me? Oh, yeah, 100% confirmed. I can confirm that. They didn't do as great as the first season did for me, but I don't care. I love that show. I'll watch it. I like interacting with that community. So yes, I will. 100%. Harv Hemp became a new member. Good time to be a member. So I talked about this last week. There was PLD rarely makes this. Something happened with a button, so you couldn't get last week's Game of Thrones. It did. I think the last one we put on it. He thought he put it on. It didn't come up, and he then made it public when it came up. He puts everything else. The First Blood's already up there. He gets it. The guy puts up every single damn thing that I do unedited up on members and Patreon. We just missed that one. People were pissed. I like that they were pissed because it means that you're watching it, but you guys are pissed. Don't worry. Wiley, no question. Too tired from watching Coachella on YouTube all weekend. That Bieber performance is really weird. Yeah, I heard something about it. Like what he was accused of just like half-assing it or something. Is that what it was? I don't know. I think it's just because I'm a dad at this point. I feel bad for people now. I feel bad for people. When people, like I said, I was talking about like with Tiger and everything too. I know Tiger made his own bed. I feel bad for him. He's got problems. Bieber, I feel bad. Britney Spears has checked herself into like a rehab. Something good. You know, like I root for people to get better. I root for people to you know, I don't want to see, you know, I don't want to see the poor kid go down the shitter. So I don't know what the hell happened. I don't even know. I could be talking out of my ass. Sean McCabe, losing Christopher Marcus sucks, but I have high hopes that the Russo brothers will deliver. I didn't know that they lost him. He didn't die, did he? What the hell happened to him? What happened to him? Let me see. No, he's still alive. What the hell happened to him? Leaves. Did he leave? Let's see. I didn't see what he left. Oh, I see. Because he was never part of it. Why he's not part of the Avengers movie? I see what you're saying. He was never part of it. Okay, and he explained why. Understood. But yeah, I mean, I think they're going to do it. I think they're going to. Arwen, let's get you to 200. See, Arwen knows what we're talking about here. Sending some strong support. Hell yeah, Arwen. 100%. Jalen Turner. Marvel built hype with the Robert Downey Jr. announcement. The chairs, 3 trailers that didn't show storyline details, and we have yet to see RDJ as Doom or even what the movie truly is in the Russos we trust. I think that is so accurate. It's like, look what they did with those little teaser trailers. Where the hell? I was in LA the last time they did that. And these little teasers going, hey, just let you know, we got a movie coming out. And it's not, and it wasn't, because my thing was, why are you showing these little teaser trailers in the theater first before anything else? Nobody does that. And then, no, well, wait a minute. They're doing that just to let you know that the movie's coming out. It's like, hey, so-and-so's coming back. That's all it is. It's not like actual trailer itself. Like if it gets leaked, good. Who cares? That was smart. The chairs, as much as I said, I have been against some of their marketing choices when I hear them, and I've been wrong every time. The chairs. What are we doing? I sat there for 4 hours watching the chairs. Not only did everybody else watch it, not only was my highest watched live stream that I've done and the most super chats we've ever gotten, by the way, it built the hype. It is absolutely building hype already because it's an Avengers has the title immediately. The people that are coming back, yeah, they're doing it right. They're doing it right. Thank you, Jalen, for that one. Asel, the ante has been raised lately with the super chats. So with that said, how many super chats do we need to hit to send Roca and PLD on a trip together? Oh my God. 1,000. Right? I think 1,000 would be I think 1,000, but they have to be $1,020 super chats. I think they'd have to be $1,020 super chats. But if I would 100% send somebody with a camera on a 2-day vacation with the two of them to go somewhere. 100%. If PLD sign off on that, if we get $1,020 super chats, PLD signs off on it. Now, will Roca sign off on it? I don't know. But I 100% would do that and send video cameras to do it. It would be like, first of all, who comes back with a black eye first? Actually, I think it's bullshit. I think they'd actually really get along. And they wouldn't show it on camera, but they would really get along. 100%. That's really good. Ed at the movies to 200 and seeing a classic Mike meltdown. That is, you don't understand. That is my intent today. That if we get to 200, Mike's gonna go, what the hell? Who was on it? What'd you guys talk about? I'm gonna go, I reached 200 by simply saying that I was gonna piss you off. That's how I reached it. So we reached that today. He's gonna have 200, and he's gonna be like, wait a minute, how do we beat that? Ed at the movies with Doomsday. I have friends who haven't seen a Marvel movie in theater since Endgame or No Way Home. Even they are excited for Doomsday, guessing $2 billion. That's what I'm saying, Ed. And if it's great, put a little bit more on that $2 billion. Now the question will be, because if it does like $1 billion in the States alone, or a little bit more, 1.5 in the States, which I think it could. and it crushes in China and other places, I'm telling you, with ticket prices and everything else, I don't think my prediction's too crazy. We'll see. Screwface, what up, man? Screwface John, who says the best parts of the new movie being them bringing back things from the old movie isn't a great sign for me. It's like the best part of Boba show being in the Mando episode. I'm skeptical. But I mean, I think that's fair, but yet not fair at the same time. Because, you know, this is the Russo side of it for me. It's like, yes, okay. First of all, if you just see the fair part of it is, oh no, they don't have confidence in their brand, so they're bringing back Downey, they're bringing back Chris Evans, they're bringing back Chris Hemsworth. I get that, but then the flip side of that is, yeah, you're bringing back your all stars again, the wrestling fans. Hey, we're selling a WrestleMania here. We got a chance to bring Cena back. We got a chance to bring The Rock back. Now the question is, what match are you booking them in? You booking them in a shit match? Or you're booking them in a match like they did at WrestleMania 40. And that worked. They don't have enough. They don't have enough with Cody and Roman. They're going to need all these guys. Yeah, but they did it brilliantly. And it worked. So it's the Russos. So I'm going to say that if they have a story that is pushing together, it's not, I don't believe in buying into the whole, it's a cameo thing and they don't have trust in the product anymore. They don't have trust in the other stuff that they've been doing, and rightfully so. People aren't excited about it. What are the last super chat say? His friend is excited to see it. You mark it off of what you have, and you use it correctly. Now, you could be 100% right. You could see the movie and go, they just brought those guys back because they didn't know what else to do. I like that they brought them back. I think it's smart. I think that it 100% the old movies should tie into this, and this is how they end Secret Wars and then lead us into X-Men. I'm going to respectfully disagree with you, my friend. I think that this is a very good idea for them to do it this way. Joey Pedras, what's your approach to collaborative writing? It's different with different people, right? Martini and I have known each other for a very long time. I've known her now. I have always said it. I'll say it again. Without her, the Schmoes never gets created. She essentially created the Schmoes. She brought me and Mark together. It was her and I who came up with the name Schmoes Know. So she and I have been friends even before that. I mean, that was 2008, 2009 when Schmoes formed. 2007 was when she hired us, but 2004 was when I met her. So we've been friends for a long time. So you got to have a rapport with somebody. That's part one. Now, collaborative writing, when it comes to virtual, the way that it worked is that her and I talked about the idea. I had a previous script that I had written after other scripts that weren't working for me. And then we scrapped that whole entire thing and just took the basis of the idea. And we have tons of StreamYard sessions that we did. And we talked about the story. And we talked about the characters. And we talked about scenarios. And we talked about things that we want to do. And we ran the vision, the way that I think I laid out like a full kind of idea and a blueprint. And then she's brilliant, and she's got like her ideas and her jokes are phenomenal. And she went in there and just cleaned up the thing. And I'm good with like jokes and ideas and things too. And then she goes in and she just added in a whole bunch of other things. We just bounce back and forth. Oh, what about this? What about that? And we'll have a couple of, well, actually, let's leave that in there. No, maybe we should take it out. And we were able to, you got to be able to vibe the right way. And then you get opinions on people that you trust and see if you line up the same way, right? If like you send it to 8 people and 8 people say the same thing about one scene, like there was one particular scene that I liked and the joke I dug and it really happened to me. But all 8 people who read it were like, I don't know if this necessarily, it just kind of comes out of nowhere. It's funny, but, and all 8 people said it. Took it out. You got to lose it. And it flows so much better now. So you just got to look at that. Mike Joyce, I see a record player behind you. Got any cool vinyl? I have quite a few, actually. Brett bought this a long time ago. We didn't have anywhere to put it. Val did this whole thing. I don't know if I can, oh shit, I don't have my whole setup. I had set it up at one point so where we could see everything. But you can see, Val just made this look so much better what it was. But I do have quite a bunch of vinyl at home. Maybe I'd make a list of it one day. Kristian, unpronounceable support. Thank you. We're at there almost 40 guys. We're almost so 40. Come on. Let's beat. Do you want to see Mike's pissed off face tomorrow? I do. Conrad, yo, what's up, Conrad? Armada prediction: Muppets versus Smurfs teaser at CinemaCon. I don't think that that's possible. I think they're Disney and Warner. I mean Disney and Sony. I don't think it's possible. Seattle KO, thoughts on the 1,000 person Warner Brothers Paramount petition? Well, you clearly brought that in there before we talked about it. I gave my thoughts on it if you guys want to jump back and look at it. But yeah, I think it's a statement. I don't think it'll go anywhere, but I think it's a statement. Johnny Patrizia, think we will ever see Frank interact with Cap? With the Punisher? No, I don't. That's the other. Well, first of all, I don't think we're going to see Steve Rogers as Captain America. I think we're going to see Steve Rogers as Steve Rogers. That's why everybody was losing. They're replacing Captain America. We have Captain America. It's Anthony Mackie. Who said that he was not going to be Captain America? It literally says in that thing, Steve Rogers will return. You haven't seen anything yet. They're saying they're not using him anymore. No one said that. Conrad, reincarnated and can be any animal. What would you be? I'm going to have a lazy answer. Wolf. Definitely. Seattle KO, is it just lip service? What, the Infinity War comment? Maybe. I don't know who saw it. That's what you're talking about as far as maybe the screening, the test screening. But if that's what you're talking about, it's possible. 100%. Carlton Rudder, London calling. What up, Carlton? Sending you some support. I saw First Blood and Raging Bull for the first time this weekend. When did you see them both and opinions of them? Well, Carlton, perfect time for, first of all, if I don't think you're a member, which is, well, no, you are a member. You have access to the unedited version of the First Blood reaction that Winston and I did. But after this show airs today, we're going to put the edited version of First Blood up around 2:30. Hey, Luke, First Blood ready for metadata. So that will be up soon. First time I saw First Blood, dude, I was young. 80s was different. 80s was different. Like, my wife and I talk about this all the time. I think she was like 7 or 8 when she watched Friday the 13th for the first time. The first one. It's what happened in the 80s. My 8-year-old watched Friday the 13th. Now she had nightmares for the rest of her life. So I watched that when I was young, First Blood, because I was a big Rocky fan. So anything Stallone did, I wanted to see it. And I saw that. I remember watching that. And I always watched the edited versions of it because it was always on television. So I watched the edited version. There was a Rambo cartoon. It shows you what the 80s were. For kids. There was a Rambo cartoon for kids. And there shouldn't have been. But there was. And he's running around with this big-ass knife. Hey, see, you're 6 years old. Watch Rambo. So I saw it young. Raging Bull, I probably saw a little older. But definitely I saw it on VHS. Love both of them. Love both of them. They're two of my favorite movies, for sure. One of my, I don't know where it ranks, but it's one of my favorite Scorsese movies, Raging Bull, for sure. 43, guys. 43. We're getting there. Slowly but surely. GoPal's in the chat. We might get there. Johnny Patrizia, do you think Sonic 4 will make more money than 3? Depends on what the story is. Depends on what how the trailer hits. It's got potential, if that's the question. Do you think Sonic 4 has potential to make more money than 3? Absolutely. But it's got to be good. The other 3 movies have been great. GoPal. Solo also opened 10 years ago when box office was higher. Also true. Also very true. But Solo had a lot of stuff working against it too. But you can't compare Solo and Mandalorian. Mandalorian and Grogu will be the lowest earning Star Wars movie of all time. But it won't be the biggest box office loser of all. Solo will earn that, will keep that title for quite a while. Hopefully ever. Because it's, the real number, I don't know if we're ever going to know. They shot 2 movies. They shot 2 movies. The movie, it's probably close to $400 million. There's no world where Mandalorian and Grogu can make less than money than Solo. There's no world. Like, the number itself, when you look at it, you go, oh, it's less than Solo. But you're not being fair if you say that. You got to look at it and how it's like, if Mandalorian and Grogu makes $25 million opening weekend, then you can compare it to Solo because it's close. But you can't do that. All right. Badgers fan, 43. Yo, Wednesday was smashed now become appointment viewing for me. Since he watches WWE, you should do WrestleMania predictions this week. You both rule. We'll do. He's working on stuff. Kevin is the man. Kevin is the man. He is a first of all, is a reason why he was 3-time Intergeekdom champion. He is, when he puts his mind to something and he's dedicated to something, get out of the way. I mean, clearly that's what he did during his Intergeekdom run, but that's what he's doing for not only the games that he puts on Wednesday, for the shorts that he's been doing on the channel. We just put the Ralph Macchio short up on my Instagram. It did 2.1 million views in like 24 hours. He's dedicated. He's determined to like help build the channel. And his thing was like, if I come on Wednesdays and be a part of the show, I really want to make it a little different. Like I give all the credit to him, by the way, for Wednesday, because my thing is I want to make shows different. So like you tune in for different reasons, right? Kevin has come up with the idea to do these games and these other things to make Wednesday a must watch. And that was his intent. He said, I want to make Wednesday a must watch. I want to make Wednesday the time, like, well, you're going to play those games and what's Kevin going to come up with next? How's Kristian going to answer it, and the back and forth. And we know each other so well that like, even when like, I have no problem. Like when he was going on and on and on about the intro, I was like, all right, let's move. And he stood laughing. He wasn't offended. He gets it. He understands it. So yeah, he's great. And we'll definitely do WrestleMania predictions for sure. The Lil Yankee, support for the solo show Monday. Thank you. I don't know if any more. The only time I would potentially do a solo show this week again would be if Kevin can't make it on Wednesday, but I believe that he is. So I think we're good. One Piece. That's why I love it here. Conrad, it's awesome. It's such a great show. Such a great show. Armada, you see Coleman Domingo on SNL. Thought it was good for the most of it. The news reporter and funeral bit had me dying. I did see that bit. We watched like the first. We were watching last with Jack Black's, and it was like right before it went on the air. And then as we were going to bed, the new one started. So we watched a couple of them. He was locked in. I saw that he was locked in. So from what I saw, that sketch was funny, but I haven't seen anything past it. New member with Jens Fry. Thank you. Good time again. Like I said, we put all of the reactions up there, unedited. We have our member stream. PLD, put in the live chat. When's our next live stream? I don't remember. I think is it this Friday or next Friday? I don't remember. He'll tell me in a second. Next Friday? All right, I think he said next Friday. Seattle KO, Justin Bieber's YouTube playlist headlined Coachella. Is that true? I don't know what that means, but that's crazy. True to the Trident. 200 or bust. I'm telling you, 48, 49. Let's get Mike and Roxy. I'm going to tell them that they're not even going to pay attention that Roka was even on the show today. So when I tell them 200 tomorrow, I want them to go, oh, Roka had 200? Nope.
Just me, bitches.
That's it. All right. Conrad, I think the chairs is how I got here. I was upset at them. I was too. You watch the start of that. And I'm going, this is ridiculous. Why is anyone doing this? And then I'm gonna look right now, and I'm gonna tell you how many views the thing was over 4 hours long. I'm gonna tell you how many people watched that stream of mine. Let's see, live, and it is a number one most watched stream. It did 124,000 views. I have hoped that the Everyday Show would do 124,000 views an episode. That was a 4-hour stream of chairs. 124,000 views. It did. Crazy. 5 hours. 5 hours and 38 minutes that stream was. Nuts. So there you go. Armada, PLD and Roka vlog, week stream in Miami. That would be hilarious. Just walking around. PLD's mustache alone would be worth watching that live stream. You play like Scarface music as they're walking around. Amazing. I don't know about Mike doing this about the Sweeney soap shower video. It's like, this is the problem when I let the two of them host without me. They come up with ridiculous things. But that was the promise he made, so he's got to do it. By the way, the live stream that we're doing is Friday the 24th at 4 p.m. Eastern, and that's for anybody who's a member. Anybody, you join the stream. If you're $5 or over, You can literally join the stream with a video, ask me a question, say hi face to face. And you can just put questions and ask and do what you want. True to the Trident. P.S. New Hunger Games trailer is out. Smets may be right. He said he loved the book. The movie looks awesome. Can't wait for the Smets games on Wednesday. The movie looks great. I did my trailer reaction to it. I'll repeat some of the points that I made here. I loved the books. Well, I felt the same way about the books that I did the movies. Although I think I like the first book the best. I like the second movie the best. So there's the books. The first book is the best, and the second, and then the third one is on a lower level. Same goes for the movies because there's only so much you could do with that story. But the movies number 2 is probably the best, then 1, and then part 1, part 2, however you want to mix them up. But I would actually put the prequel pretty high up as a movie. I like that prequel, the origin story of Snow. I dug it, and I also really liked the Haymitch part of the story. I think, and I can't remember if it was the first book or the second book, but they had this whole chapter of what happened to Haymitch, and they showed that. I was like, oh, what? And I remember the Hunger Games fans going, oh, they cut that out. They didn't show that. Well, give me a full movie of it. And so, like Smets, my daughter read the most recent book, loved it. This is her most anticipated movie. Probably take her to the screening of this. I thought it looked great. My thoughts were, if you were a Hunger Games fan, you're probably excited. If you're a fan of this book, you're probably really excited. If you were a casual fan of the movies and you say, oh, this one looks pretty decent. I don't know, though, if you were never a fan of Hunger Games, I don't know if it wins you over because, it's set in the same place. But what a cast. The cast is incredible. One of the best casts I've seen in a very long time. Eves versus Everything show. Quiet member, but always watching. You're not quiet anymore. And I like that. Use that. You get it. Yeah, you get a free super chat when you're in the you're a member for, I think, you get one a month. That's great. Mad Dog. A little behind, but Amazon drops shows at 12 a.m. PST. I don't get the strategy. I wake up at midnight to watch the new Invincible, then fall back asleep. It sucks for the reaction side of it. And by the way, I say this because people go, oh, your reactor is tough shit. Don't be naive. The studios are very aware and very hopeful that people are reacting to their stuff. That's why there's not as much of a copyright if you follow by the rules for most people that aren't anime. They want you to promote their stuff. So I don't understand the strategy of putting it out at that time. I don't get it. Go, pal. The all-time record for domestic box office is Force Awakens at 936. I see. Then Endgame at 858. Okay, so do you really think that Doomsday can do 1.5 in the U.S. alone? Probably not. No, I for some reason I thought that Force Awakens had made like 1.3. So no, the majority of the money is going to come from overseas. I think it'll beat Endgame. I think it'll do around 900 here. If it's good. And if it does 900 here, then people are going to start going, hey, Harloff's not as crazy as we think. Still crazy, but not as crazy. Conrad, Doomsday has me more excited for Doom than the X-Men. Well, yeah. I don't know how they are doing that. The X-Men? I mean, but that's not their priority right now. Priority is not to get you excited about the X-Men. The priority is to get X-Men they have to get you excited about the X-Men when it comes the new X-Men. When it comes to, are you talking about old X-Men? But when it comes to the new X-Men, they've got to set that up in Secret Wars. That's where they got to get you excited about the new X-Men to move us forward into the new era. If you're talking about the old X-Men and how they're going to do that, I think that one little teaser that you had with Scott got people curious and excited about it. I think it really is going to lead with them. I think there's going to be a lot with them. So we'll see. Nathan Drake, the only test screening opinion I care about is Jeff Schneider. I don't know if there's anyone I disagree with movies more than Snyder and Bibiani. I love talking about movies with Jeff Snyder. I love, but I remember we were watching Bone. It was the Bone Temple. Was that the last? That was the last one, right? Bone Temple. I really enjoyed that movie. Roxy did too, and there were a couple of most people did. He looked like I had opened up a bag of farts and held it under his nose the whole entire time. Something would happen, and he would look at us and go. I couldn't believe it. That's one movie, but in a lot of these movies, we have different opinions. But I love his passion more than anything. Mike's Movies Madness. Hey, Chris, looking forward to your show taking off. That's very kind of you. If it does go to series, do you have any aspirations of directing an episode? If so, what directors would you look to for inspiration? I would not want to direct. No, especially not. It's enough that I am taking on an acting role again. I haven't, I went to school for theater. I started my own pilot when I did it in 2007. I had done a bunch of different acting things, but I had kind of hung up the gloves, if you will, for a long time. This is a role that I'm confident in. It's a role that I know that I can do, and it's a role that was written for me. But to direct it as well, no, I'd be at least right now, be too intimidated by it because I want to be able to focus in on other things. But there's other people that I have in mind that I'd love to. Like I would, and I have no problem saying this, like if it goes to series, like down the line, I would love for Gavin O'Connor to do an episode. Like that's the kind of person I think would bring a lot of bring exactly the kind of tone. But our director and our director who's directing, I hope that they do as many episodes as they can because their vision is incredible and really great. So, but no, not for me. PLD for Mike's stupid face. I'll even launder money. Good. That's what we need to do. 57 though, guys. If we sign off today and we have 50, we have 62.
You blew it.
Just saying. So let's get to the next one. Lincoln West, longtime Knights of the Old Republic Discord member, discovered you and Kevin joined the Wednesday show. Oh, how about that? I now post here often. I love the big brother, little brother chemistry between you and Smets. Lots of laughs. How nice is that? Look at that, Kev. You're bringing in people to the show. I'm hoping to bring people to his show. And he's bringing people here. That's amazing. Welcome over here, Lincoln. That's great. Kevin's the best. He's a good person to be following. And again, that as I mentioned before, when it came to the passion of him winning his Inner Geekdom championships, him doing this, same goes for the passion of Knights of the Old Republic. That's essentially how Kevin and I met, by the way. Peely, you know this story? Yeah, ish. Okay. So Kevin was good friends and had worked with my friend and Schmodown legend, Rachel the Crusher Cushing. And I remember she approached me she's like, hey, my friend watches Jedi Council and he really, really likes it. And he's a big fan of it. And he did these edits of Knights of the Republic and he knows you're a big fan of it. I was like, I love Knights of the Republic. And he had this whole cut and this whole thing that he did. And I remember watching it on the plane. And yeah, I told Kevin about it. And then eventually, because Kevin the Smasher Smets almost didn't happen in the Schmodown. His audition was so terrible in the first one when I used to do the auditions for people who were coming in, and he dressed up as the Macho Man. And what do you call him? The Macho Schmo Man? I can't remember what he called himself. It was the Macho Schmo Man. And you think he was trying to placate to the schmo side of it. And it's like, and he was being Macho Man. What are you doing? You know what? Maybe PLD text Kevin. And no, he's not going to waste it on this one. He's not going to waste it. He's going to waste it on a Wednesday. We should do a whole thing that if Kevin hits over 200 on Wednesday, he'll show his audition tape. That's what we should do. But we got to get to 200 here today first. So anyway, Lincoln, welcome to the show. Yeah, Kevin and you'll have way more moments like that, and he's going to showcase those too. Eves, throwing at 200. Let's go. We're at 60, guys. We can do it. Come on.
Let's do it!
That's great. That's great. We got to cut that out. Look, you know what? PLD, try to find that on the time code. I'll give you one right now.
Let's do it!
It's so bad. I love it so much. Let's do it. Are you guys ready? I'm going to be hitting that and pissing everybody off. Oh, I love it so much. Tim Sim. Great Tim Sim. One of the greatest Schmodown fans maybe of all time. With WrestleMania 42 this weekend, Safe to say this is already the most underwhelming in WWE history. The sheer amount of corporate meddling, where night 1 is looking to be a mess and night 2 a better with Lesnar versus Semi and Punk is at night 2. Okay. So wait a minute. So night 2 is Lesnar, Femi, Punk, and Reigns. That's night 2. They're not putting one of those on one and one of those to that. Yeah, I don't even know. I think that's what Kevin will do on Wednesday. We'll go over night 1 and night 2. My thoughts are, and I think Ed Harold told me this, that you can do. I guess it's free for the first hour on ESPN. I don't know if that's for night 1 and night 2, but I'll be doing that. I refuse to pay that extra money for the greed of what they're doing. But the main reason I would watch it is it's for Lesnar and Femi. I think that Oba's one of the biggest stars that they've had in quite a long time. If they use him the right way. Mike's Movie Madness. If Kristian gets to 200, Big Balls has to tell Moxie how he did it. Yeah, I will have Big Balls sing to them and talk to them. He will absolutely make an appearance to them if we get to 200. Armada, would you rather Austin Powers 4 or Anchorman 3? Probably Austin Powers 4. Yeah, I liked Anchorman. I remember when I saw Anchorman 1, I said I've since come back and liked it a lot. I couldn't tell you anything about 2 except the big brawl with Harrison Ford. I don't remember it much. I think they went to the well too many times. Austin Powers had some fun stuff to it, and I'd like to see an older Austin Powers. Would be pretty great. So, Nathan Drake, would you say Sweeney as Christy Martin is a better performance than anything you've seen from Zendaya? Let's see. I thought she was great in Challengers. I've never watched Euphoria, and I hear she's great in that. Let me say that I think that Zendaya is great, and I think that Zendaya has had collectively better performances and better roles and better movies. But I think that performance as Christy Martin is slept on. I think it's slept on because the movie bombed. Nobody saw the movie. It was during all that stuff when people were kind of just going after her also. And I believe that she was a boxer. I believe that she was Christy Martin. She really dove into them. I'm surprised that movie didn't get more love, and yet not. Arwen, what do you think Michael can do at the box office? My grandson, who is 10, is begging me to take him to see the movie. I think it has a possibility to be the first biopic that ever hit $1 billion. I think that the Queen movie did close. And granted, before the pandemic, different box office, but Michael's fans are rabid, man. So there is a good possibility that it hits $1 billion. It's a possibility. Let's see what happens after week 1. I don't know what's tracking it. Does anybody know? Peely, can you look at what it's tracking? What's it tracking at? That will change my opinion depending if they have the early tracking numbers yet. Nathan Drake, where did Luke get that Sopranos Murphy Brown pick? Oh my God, that was the best. Yeah, I don't know where he got it. But look at this thing. Do we still have it? We still have it. For people who don't know what he's talking about. It's the absolute worst. It's so bad. It's so bad. Like this the Murphy Brown looks like Bob Hoskins, Susan Sarandon over untouched food, Happy Days background. It's the absolute worst. Oh, it's bad. It's real bad. Anyway, so there you go. That's what you get there. Okay. Where's my? Let me get my. Shouldn't I have my lower tier? Shouldn't it be up top? Is it up top? Where the hell is it? Is that it? Nope. Capes and Gals. Perfect. It should always be up top. Where is it? I'll find it. Is that mine? See, yeah, but where is it? You can keep switching it, but I can't find it. Number 2. Number 2. You moved it? Oh, there it is. Okay. Now I'll move it. Okay. Now it's up top. Anyway, so what was the question? Okay, so next one. Slick Saturn Media. Hey pal, How has your fitness journey impacted your confidence? Are you a gym guy for life now? Stay awesome. Appreciate your hard work. Peace. I believe the answer is yes, unless there's like an injury or something happen, which is also possible. Like this morning, I wasn't in the best of moods. And I went to the gym. Felt good. I did legs, did a little ab work, and then I already feel better. So my confidence in. Well, another reason I'll tell you, like I will be in the vain aspect of it. I didn't like going to the pool and take my shirt off. Not because it was like I just didn't feel confident about myself. Now, like, yeah, I feel good when I was at the pool in LA. I didn't have that thing in my head anymore. So I guess it did affect my confidence very much so. But the health side of it is that mentally it helps me out tremendously. So I mean, if you're asking me today, I'm saying yeah for life for sure. Conrad, One Piece. What devil fruit would you eat out of the ones you've seen? Oh man, well, definitely not that stupid one with the trap jaw guy. But what is the one? I gotta go with all the ones. I mean, Luffy's is. I mean, if you're a porn star, it probably works. Let's see. I'm trying to think of all the other ones. I'd have to have a list of all of them because now I know that if I don't, because I've seen so many of them, I can't think of all of them right now. So what are the ones? I'm trying to think of some of the ones that I had. I got to think of them. I got to think. I can't. I don't. I don't know. Maybe I don't know. There's a shitty answer, Conrad. But I know you're a One Piece guy, so I'm sorry to let you down. But I'd have to know some of those fruits. Okay, Tim. Also, the fact that the most anticipated and exciting match between Femi and Lesnar is on night 2 is part of the free first hour on ESPN tonight. Perfect. Imagine the viewership is that high, but not many buy the event without the VPN. See, that's the goal of what they're trying to do is bringing in by showing that match. I get the strategy. The strategy is okay. Let's show this match that everyone is hyped about, and you're going to get that hype, and then you're going to think if you're a casual viewer that this is what the product is like. I got to buy the rest. That's the goal. But I think you're going to get a lot of people who are going to go, that was really fun to watch. I'm not spending more money to become a premium member because of it. So I don't know if it's going to transfer over in the way that they want it to. So we'll see. Go pal. I like songbirds and snakes, but mostly the first half. You know, you're in the majority because some people felt that after the games themselves that the movie should have stopped. I loved the way they did it. It felt like a television show to me. It felt like a television show that you thought it was over and then they did this whole second part of it. I love the second part of it. I thought that was kind of the decline of who Snow was. You could have done a second movie, but they didn't want to do a second movie. They could have made 2 hour-and-a-half movies out of that if they wanted to. I think it was smart the way that they did it, but you are in the majority. A lot of people like that first half, and then once the game stopped and they went back to the district with Lucy Gray and all that stuff, I liked that, and I thought you really got a chance. I thought that they handled his turn really well. Dark Smirk, Malcolm in the Middle reboot was really fun. Oh, did it come out? I knew that I saw a lot of the press. I didn't realize it came out though. I'm glad to see that people are digging that. That's great. Kristian Unpronounceable. Discord's at 320. Let's get to 400. Come on, guys. Hey, do me a favor for the Discord, for any of the admins right now. Ask the Discord members how many people are following me on Instagram and TikTok, and please put the links in there. And then PLD, please, or Luke, if you guys haven't done it already, if we can do a community post asking, say, hey, listen, for the upcoming pilot, one of the goals is to get Christian socials to 100,000 on each platform. Are you following him? And let's see if there's a poll of yes and no. Casey 122. You'll love Scary Movie 3, less gross and more in line with Airplane, Naked Gun. Charlie Sheen and Leslie Nielsen are hilarious. I look forward to that because I really enjoyed the first one. I definitely have seen scenes on social media before, but I hadn't seen the full movie. Our reaction is up there, by the way. Reaction 2 will be out tomorrow. But I didn't like the gross out stuff, and I've never been a Chris Elliott guy. And it was that dinner scene was like, ugh. But the beginning scene with James Woods was hilarious. Unheard Sirens Incorporated support, thank you. Go pal. Could not another teen movie be reaction? So potentially yes, and it might actually closer to yes. That's another one that I know that I've seen a lot of it. And this is going to sound wrong because I've seen Serena Vincent's scenes. People go, well, of course you did. She's a friend of mine. And she was in my pilot. But I've also seen a couple things like because Sam Levine is in that as well. But I don't know if I've ever seen the full thing. So that would be a good one. And we're putting out Airplane with Steph and I I just screened. I have the movie now, and we're gonna edit that together soon. So that will be coming out soon. So yeah. None of the team movie has Chris Evans and your friend Serena. No, I know. I've definitely, I mean, that's when I met Serena around that time. Go pal. I'm also in love with Shyler Lee. So there's that. I don't know Shyler. I don't know if I said that right. Johnny Patrizia. Thoughts on AEW? Have you watched any matches? No, I haven't. I hear that the product's getting better. PLD, you been watching it? No, not really. I hear it's getting better. I think it's always good to have two rival factions. And I think if you're AEW, you should change things up and really get people looking at you now because there's so much press on the shit that's going on with TKO and WWE. So there you go. Okay. Unheard Sirens Incorporated. Serena in another movie has a permanent spot in my happy time talk. She really is a sweetheart though. She was again, she played my ex or my girlfriend in the pilot, which you can see Grasping at Straws. It's on the channel right now. And we were friends and I asked her to do that role and she's a sweetheart. I love Serena. She's a really, really good person. Arwen, every day is a must watch. One more towards our goal. There we go. Thank you, Arwen. 74, guys. 74. We can do this. We have I'll stay on until we do it. Drew, make Roxy and Mike work. Support. Come on. Let's get them. 74 is already a nice goal. Let's do the 200. We can do it. Christopher AO2. Mike Coulter spoiled the ending of Daredevil on his instant accent. Be careful. I won't do that. I won't check there. I don't want to know. I don't want to know. Alan Smithy. Yo, Christian, last week I was already asked by Disney to wind through and expect 2 prints of Commando to get some info. That's great. They're picking up the prints this week. I think this means I have worked on the upcoming 4K release of Commando. Come on. This is phenomenal news. People do not know. If you have not seen Commando, what are you doing with yourself? You're sitting there watching the same thing over and over again, but you do not watch the things that made movies possible in the first place. Me taking out everybody with one gun, throwing a grenade and killing 85 people with one, throwing a phone booth and throwing that out there and saying, hey, Sully, remember when I told you I'd kill you last? That's right, Matrix, you did. I lied. Great movie. Go, pal. Reportedly, Christie is doing numbers on Max. Good. It wasn't made for theaters. It shouldn't have, those movies, they released it for Oscar stuff and it didn't work. That's the type of movie that could do well on Max. I'm not surprised. Johnny Patrizia. I was disappointed we couldn't show Kevin the Donkeys in the space trailer. He would love it. I know. Luke couldn't find it. It was so long ago that we did it. We probably should have saved it, but we didn't. Legend, MM600. Go Mariners. Hope they win again today. Stop this. Nathan Drake. Mario Galaxy. Having a 110 million budget was smart. Super smart. Is that true, though? I didn't even know that. Is that true? Let's get a confirmation on that because that's not smart. That's brilliant. If it's 110 million budget on that is brilliant. Because if you already did, a lot of times what they do, take Daredevil, Deadpool, for example. You make it for a low amount of money, and then you make the second one for 4 times the budget. It's like you don't need it. You don't need it. Mario Galaxy had 110 billion. 110 million. Billion would be a very different movie. 110 million. That's it's already 3 times. It's a major hit. It's a huge hit. You already knew it was going to be a huge hit, but now it's a major hit. That's crazy. 110 million. Yeah. The original film was 100 million. Brilliant. Very smart on how they're doing business over there with that movie. Go, pal. I'm a few more episodes into One Piece, still liking it. You got to finish it up, dude. Finish it up. It's such a great. You just start to get really engaged in the characters. Johnny, have you watched a game of the AFL, Aussie football? Me? Justin Bishop, have you thought about having a live super chat counter leaderboard for hosts on screen? I feel it could increase supers. That's going to be a Luke question. I could do it more now with because I run my thing on OBS now. I'm do like the virtual camera, so I can just look at me, I'm gone, and now I'm back. So I do this kind of stuff now, so I could probably do that with layouts and stuff. So maybe not a bad idea. Geek Lodestars, good match to watch is Kenny Omega versus Daniel Bryan. I like both those guys for sure. Ron, are you suggesting you need a Bukkake and super chats today? Don't look it up, please. No, I'm aware. But yes, we do need those. 78, 79. Come on. Nathan Drake, John Matrix versus Rambo. No contest. But this is again the question. Are we talking about this? Because this was asked not too long ago. Hand-to-hand combat or weapons? Hand-to-hand combat, I think it's John Matrix pretty easy. Weapons, I don't know. Farther enough distance. Rambo took a dude out from how many yards away he was with an explosive arrow like it was nothing. I don't care how old he is. Rambo has the best. In Rambo 4, he just said, you know what, I'm not running anymore. I'm just going to sit on this truck and kill everybody. And he missed nothing. So I would say Rambo has a closer advantage in weapons, although John Matrix, again, like I said, he's pretty accurate himself. So Rambo slightly in weapons, Matrix no contest in hand-to-hand. Esperani.
Fleedo, Lido, Lido, Fleedo, Lido, 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 Fleedo.
I love how many more people are on the Fleetle train. It's pretty great. PLD, are you a pro or anti-Fleetle deal? A pro. He's a big pro. Big pro. I love Fleetle deal. Okay, good. Go, pal. Also recommend Housemaid. Interesting how it went. We haven't watched it yet, but her and I are talking about. My wife and I are talking about it. She feels so bad because we had such a great reaction to Days of Thunder and it ate shit. And so she's like, "How did it do?" And I'm like, "Yeah, well." She's like, "Oh," and I was like, and I feel bad because she's so excited to do them, and then we come in and do them. And it didn't work, so we got to do some more. Conan with Arnold at CinemaCon, not yet. Too early. They're just talking about it now, so not yet. Eventually, that would be great, but not yet. 82 guys with 2 left. Come on, we can do this. Come on, we need a flow. Johnny Patrizia, would you impersonate Arnie in front of him? 100%. But I'm not. The best, I say it every time anyone ever asks, the greatest, the GOAT of all time is not Will Sasso. He's great, but it's not Will Sasso, not me, not whatever what's his, oh shoot. It's a really great comedian who does it too. It's not him. Can't get his name. It's Joe Gaudette. Joe Gaudette is the best of all time when it comes to Arnold. He's the one when you have seen Brian Marnock, who's a friend, has done many Instagram videos and replacing faces on Instagram, with Arnold in different movies. And every time it's Joe's voice. And it sounds just like he's done Arnold to Arnold with the puppet. Joe's the best. I want to call. Let me see. I'm gonna see if Joe is available. Let me see. Text Joe Gaudette. Hold on. Where the hell is he? Hold on. Because I would love. If you haven't heard, I gotta showcase Gaudette. Come on. Here he is. Let me see. Oop. Let me see. I want to see. Hopefully, I can get him on for you. Yo, period. I'm live right now. Period. If I called you up, can I speak to the former governor for a little bit? Question mark. Let me see if he's available. He might not be available, but let me see. Okay, let's see. How about this one? Hector Pena. Hey, Kristian, how's it going? Love the shows and look forward to the pilot. Thank you. Can I get a De Niro and you blew it? You'll have me dying when you guys play clips. Keep up the great work, brother. Well, if I try to get to 200 today and I can't, I'll be upset about that because I feel like I'll walk into my house and this will happen.
And you blew it!
More or less. I tried. Yeah, I love the clips. We need to get more of those. Thank you, Hector. Very kind of you, and I'm so excited to share. I'm like so antsy when it comes to like the pilot stuff. My wife this morning was like, "Well, so what's the deal? What's going on?" I was like, "Hey, we signed contracts. We got other things we got to do." And it's like because people are like, I heard somebody who's recently was like, "He's not talking about it as much. What's going on?" I was like, it just I can't. I don't want to keep talking about it until we like ready to go. I'm like antsy. I'm ready. Go, pal. Has Arnold used a handheld minigun yet? I don't know if he did, but I know that Jesse Ventura did in Predator. I don't know about him, though. Days of Thunder was an immediate click for me. Wasn't it a fun one, Go Pal? You can be honest. I thought it was a fun one. And also Sadie's immediate click. Look at Go Pal. See? Team America, iconic. We had such a good... That one did really well. That one did well. Eves versus Everything show. I heard Doomsday has a 3-hour and 45-minute runtime. But that was debunked. That was debunked. Eddie Murphy's Tracy Morgan is perfect. It's really great. It's really, really great. All right. Right now, we're at 88. I got to hold out for at least 12. We got to get to 100. We got to at least get to 100 and put them on their toes a little bit because they can hit 100. They can definitely hit 89. So we'll think of a little bit more. I'll tell you, like, again, I can talk. Oh, wait, let's see. Is he right back? Oh, I'm out of the studio right now. Hold on. Yeah, it would just be a phone call. I would just hold it up to the microphone. Just a little fun thing. I just gave you credit as the GOAT. Let's see. Did he use him? Yeah, he did right. 100%. Johnny Batriza. Yes, he did use a minigun in T2. Yes. When he at the 100%. When at the cops. Let's see. Go, pal. I always remember Rambo using the minigun in 2. He uses the minigun in everything. Okay, here we go. No, this is 92. Esperani, make it 89. We got 92. 92. We got 8 more. And when I speak to the governor, this is something that we should talk. We should clip this out when we call him. Let me see. I'm going to try him. Let's see. I'm going to give him a call. Let's see. Here we go. Let's see what we got.
Yeah, hi. Who is this?
Oh, sorry, Governor. It's Kristian Harloff. I know that you'd said only use this on particular days, but this was the day, and the audience really wanted to hear from you, so I wanted to give you a shout.
Well, listen, Kristian, it's good to hear from you. I mean, I'm in the smoking stogies in the backyard, but I always have time for you. You know what I mean?
That's so kind of you because you know how much of a fan I am, and I just was I wanted to talk to you. We haven't had a full on conversation about the new Conan movie, the Commando, Predator. Like, can you tell me anything about what's going on?
I mean, listen, first of all, the hardest part about all of this is getting back in shape.
Right.
I've never been out of shape, but as you get older, your body starts to go, not downhill, but it is harder to recuperate and put on the muscle. So I'm trying to do it all natural. So we're very excited. I would grow a long beard for the Conan the Barbarian.
Right.
And the Commando. I'm most looking forward to that because, as you know, Sully is dead. I killed him. I threw him off the
sure did.
The cliff there. He goes, yeah. I said I lied.
Yeah,
so
great. Yeah,
it's so funny. But I'm very much looking forward to it, Kristian. There's no two ways about it.
I love it. And so and can you also, and as far as the Predator now, you're going to be return to that. Is any I hear rumors that Danny Glover and Gary Busey are going to be in that with you. Is that true?
I mean, I can neither confirm nor deny it, but I will say
yes
that Danny DeVito wanted to be in it, and I said no, Danny Glover. I know 2 Dannys, and then there was a Danny when I was in Last Action Hero, but I don't think he even acts anymore. So I said, get the Danny that I know from Part 2, and Gary Busey, I have no idea what the hell he's doing. He'd probably make up all the lines, and they would probably win an Oscar, in my opinion.
Right.
But, we'll see what happens,
It would probably sound something like, I believe that if you talked about a bagel backwards, you could put cream cheese on the moon.
It is like he's right there. Oh God, it was absolutely fantastic.
Thank you,
Kristian.
thank
I've been
you.
practicing.
So,
You have so much talent.
thank you. As do you, sir. And thank you for taking the time out. I don't want to bother you anymore. Please tell Whiskey and Lulu I said hello. And
oh shit, hold on, Whiskey. Oh, she went to the bathroom all over.
I'm sorry. You go do you do what you have to do. And thank you so much. I look forward to speaking to you again, sir.
This is no problem. Whiskey, you got to clean up all the doo-doo. All right, Kristian, I will talk to you.
Thank you, Governor. Thank you. All right, that was just amazing. That was, I mean, amazing to have him on this show was just so good. So the great Arnold Schwarzenegger, everybody. He is the best. The best. I absolutely love that dude. Joe Goddard. Please go and follow him. Please go and follow Joe Goddard. He is amazing. He is absolutely amazing. You got to go to his Instagram, TikTok. Joe's one of the most talented dudes that I know. I love Joe. He's a great guy. So make sure you go check him out, please. Okay, so moving on. While we were doing that, while the great Arnold was speaking to us, and PLD, when this comes up, can you please send that to Kevin so we can do like a clip out? We should absolutely do a clip out of that. All right, let's go back to. We hit 100, guys. We at least hit 100. We're far away from the 200 goal, but we got 100. That's going to make them sweat a little bit. So let's see. We got a new member with. Oh yeah, we did that one already. Okay, we did the minigun one with T2. Okay, make it 89. We did that one as well. Like this is the one. Sorry, Blaine. I was subconsciously singing the other day and didn't realize until my wife asked what the F I was doing. Do you know how happy that makes me? Do you understand how happy that makes me that people are singing Fleedle Deedle? You could sing it to anything. You could sing it to anything. Flea, dee, flea, deedle, deedle. Once, twice, three times a lady. Let's see. Another one. Fleedle, deedle, deedle, do. Britney Spears. You can use it for anything. Absolutely anything. Fleedle, deedle, all night long. Flea. Deedle, deedle, dee. Fleedle it. You can deedle it and do whatever you want. Sean McCabe, tell Mike it was me. I want him to know it was me. Thank you so much. 101. Arwen, never watched Game of Thrones, but got hooked on it watching with you and Sam. Thank you. I'm waiting for Sam. You know what? I'm going to pressure Sam. I'm going to call Sam. Let's see if she's around. Call Sam. Okay. Sometimes I call Sam Levine, so I'm glad that I called Sam. Let's see. Let's see if she picks up. She may or may not. Sometimes she does. Sometimes she doesn't. If she's busy, she won't. Let's see. Nah, she's busy. She's doing stuff, but she may call me back while we're still in the air, so we'll see. Hello? Oh, I hung up on her. Damn it. Call Sam. Calling Sam, that was her voicemail.
9.
Oh, God damn it. Hung up on her. Call Sam. She picked up and I hung up on her. Let's see.
9.
Oh, shit. Text Sam. Hey, call me. I'm live. I didn't realize that was you. I hung up on you. I thought it was your voicemail. All right, let's see. Okay, so yes, we're gonna call her. We're gonna give her some shit. S. Pirani, get to the chopper. Kristian, unpronounceable. Okay, this deserves another super. How good was he? I mean, it sounds just like him. But he just gets the cadence, like everything about it. He answers him just the way I believe Arnold would. All right, here we go. Sam. I thought that was your voicemail. I hung up on you.
I said hello.
Yeah, I'm sorry about that. I'm on the air right now. The fans are asking, when is Sam going to keep watching Game of Thrones? When's she coming in? When's she coming in? I said, you know what? I said, I can't keep texting her because she's just getting annoyed with me. So I need the fans to do that now.
Okay. I'm sorry, guys. It's life is lifing.
Life is lifing. It's true.
Life is lifing, and it's bad, and it gets crazier and crazier. But I'm coming back. I promise.
Well, we have a lot of good stuff to do. We have to finish up Game of Thrones. We're gonna watch a couple of movies. Then we're gonna do House of the Dragon, and then I know you're so excited for Star Wars.
You know how I feel about
She's hissing. She's hissing.
I'm hissing like a cat.
So you are. All right. We just wanted to check in on you because the fans miss you.
No, I'm ready to go back. I need to get my Game of Thrones and my Jon Snow on.
All right. Well, we miss you, and I'll talk to you. I'll see you hopefully tomorrow.
All right. That's what it looks like. All right.
All right, sweet. All right, bye. All right, the great Sam. 104, everybody. 104. Robert Storm becoming a member. What a great look at that. Oh, is that me or is that you with the Yankee hat? Because I like that. It's good. I don't have a beard, so I assume it's you. It's great. This is a Yankee hat too. You just can't see it. Go, pal. Was it actually a 50 machine gun Rambo? Yes, it was. And shoots up the hut, wherever it was. Yeah, that was the minigun is the one from Burma, the fourth one. It's my favorite line ever. I know I've quoted it back in the Schmoes days, and I'll do it again because I'm looking forward. That's the one we're catching up with Winston when he's on the side of the thing. He goes, "No, fire every shot." He goes, "What? Fire every shot." It's the best. Okay. Unheard Sirens Incorporated. Great to hear from the former gummy bear of Candy Cornea. Come on. Johnny Patriza. The laugh was on point. He's always so good. He's the best. He's the best. Like what I'm saying. When people are like, "Oh, you got the best one." I don't know, mine doesn't even come close. Mine doesn't even come close. I can hit like certain rhythms, but that dude becomes Arnold. Joe Goddard is the best of all time. And this is coming from years and years and years of hearing people do Arnold. There's no one better than Joe Goddard. He's the best. Seattle KO. Arnold needs to bring the railgun back in movies. Yeah, just definitely. Lorianne became a YouTube member. Thank you. Again, great time to do it. We have over 600 members now, guys. It's great. Ryan, I don't know if other people feel this way. I would love to watch more reactions and content, but I haven't had the time to keep up with everything. I'm very aware of that as well too. I mean, I just know how much. We were talking about this with like Schmodown recently, right? And I was looking at like when you look at Schmodown, and I think Sam Levine and I were talking about this at the pool. And when you look at the stuff, like the way that the trajectory of where it was going, and even right before the pandemic, and the ESPN doing the spread and the numbers doing what they were doing, and everybody so excited about it. And then the pandemic, and then digital, and then this and this and this and this and this, and then it taps off, and it's just here. And then, we have a live show. We have a live events again, and now we have a studio and everything too. It's like, yeah, but the audience is gone. They have 1,000 other things to watch. You have to try to, and like we were talking about earlier, you got to get them back in a way that you got to grab them, right? And so the same thing goes with all this stuff. I'm aware there's just certain times that if you're looking, it's like, okay, Days of Thunder. I want to say I'm watching Game of Thrones, and I got other channels I'm watching. I get it, but I'm still going to bring attention to it. It's like, there's certain. I'm hoping Rambo hits. I don't know, because I got to do an assessment of like what is working, what isn't. Thank you though very much for that, Ryan. Conrad, Kristian, One Piece season 3 will be incredible. As it continues, will be some of the best writing and foreshadowing ever. I can't wait. Well, if season 2 is any indication, I'm with you, because 2 was so good. 2 was great. Last one now is Paige. Hey guys, just wanted you and the crew to have a happy day. Go smell the flowers. 100%. Thank you, Paige. You're the best. I'm so glad that you're part of this community. You've been such a strong voice in it, so I love that. We have another one. Well, let's see. Hold on a second. Oh, we have a new clip in there. Hold on.
Walker told me I have AIDS.
Oh no, that's not it. Hold on. Where is it? So,
I lied.
The way he looks down is so good. Look at his face.
I lied.
That like lean down, like where's he gonna go? So good. Okay. 107. I'll take it. Johnny Patriza, hypothetical for you. Once One Piece live action finishes, would you make the jump to anime to continue the story of privately reactions? Definitely not reactions. I'll never do anime reactions ever again because of what that company did after we did Demon Slayer. So no. And maybe if people send certain things like that I should watch from the anime, then maybe. But I don't know. I've kind of fallen in love with the style and the characters in the acting of the live action. So I don't know if it'll transfer over. And I don't know if I want to get it. Maybe you said afterwards, but who knows how long it's going to go afterwards. The live action could go forever. Conrad, I love Sam. I'm waiting for X-Men and Harry Potter. Yeah, me too. I think she's gonna love. I actually really think that's why I'm introducing her to Andor first, because I really do think she's gonna like Star Wars. I think there's some that she won't, but I think that she's gonna like it more than she thought she was gonna hate Lord of the Rings. and she'll love X-Men. I know she'll love X-Men, and she'll love Harry Potter. Does that mean I say ooh la la as he falls? No, it kind of sounds like that, doesn't it? No, let's hear that again. Does he say ooh la la?
I lied.
It does sound like ooh la la. It's not what he says, but he's just screaming for his life. But no, that's pretty great. Okay. Last one for now. Ryan S. I love Days of Thunder and Ferris Bueller, though. Thank you. I appreciate that, Ryan. Yeah, the stuff with Steph, I hope like that's the thing though, too. Is like I know the stuff with Sam hits. There's something like right now, Winston, this is the first one Winston's done since Demon Slayer. So he hasn't really had a chance to shine yet. We minus Last Dragon, which did pretty well. So hopefully it does well, the Rambo movies. And then Ming did pretty well with Scary Movies. I hope the Scary Movie 2 does well. We'll find that out tomorrow. But today, I ask you, please, if you can, click on the reaction for First Blood today. Support Winston, support myself. I appreciate it. All right. So, we got a couple more. Go, pal. Ooh la la should be the new Wilhelm scream. Yeah, we should absolutely take that audio and put that somewhere. Armada, Nice Guys reaction maybe with Sam next year. Are they doing a Nice Guys too? I don't know. I don't think they are, but maybe. I mean, there's tons of things that I want to watch The Wrestler with her. There's tons of stuff that I want to see with Sam, but she's going to be so busy. Paige, if you can have one more Die Hard or Terminator, well, I mean, obviously with Die Hard, I mean, unless you're talking about recasting and stuff, you'd have to do either AI or deep fake with Bruce Willis. He's just he's just not doing well at the moment. But if I was able to get the kind of one of the other in the way that I hope, like if it was just blindly like, yeah, let the studio do what they're going to do with it, I just rather have that than it'd probably be Die Hard. If it's like, let's do a $50 or $60 million A24 version of Terminator, then Terminator all day long. With that kind of raw, gritty feel. First one's still my favorite. It was simple. It just really, really worked. It was a horror movie. It was a science fiction horror film. I love the second movie. Love it. It's great, big budget summer blockbuster movie. But the first one was just so interesting, great science fiction horror. So I would choose, if they did it that way, I would choose Terminator. Okay. Johnny Patriza, looking forward to see Cheadle Maridueña in One Piece season 3. No spoilers, his character is amazing. Yeah, Cheadle is great. Big fan of him, and I always root for his career to take off because he's a great dude. Okay. Conrad, I'm pissed Demon Slayer ruined all anime. I mean, the show was great. I don't have a single bad thing to say about the show. I love the show. It's just the people who were running it were greedy. So I'm like, no, I'll just never do that again. Like that was the way they handled that was terrible. So I think that's it for now. Oh no, I'm lying. Armada. Animation reaction replacement could be Invincible. You know what's so funny about that? Is that so I did a screen capture for what is it last night? Airplane, to make sure make sure that the editors have the movie so they can edit it in and follow the fair use and all that stuff. And I was like, and Amazon put it on Amazon and it just started to play Invincible. I was like, maybe if I do it, I'm probably gonna, people are like, oh, Sam's not gonna have time to do this. Maybe I do it by myself and I try the first one and see how it does and test it. Like I shot the first Sopranos with my wife, and I still want to test that one out and see how that does. But I told her, I said, if it does well, you're gonna have to react to the whole series. That's great. Where'd that come from? Is that just the audio? It's great. Where is that? Where can I find that? Is it just? I don't. Oh, let me see. It's on the very bottom. Oh, I see it. Ooh la la. Great. Oh, I'm going to use that for Mike so much. Can we get now that I have? We need more sound effects. Let me see. We have applause. I don't know we ever had this. Is that in a heartbeat? How was that? Or is that just in there already? Song. Okay. That's great. You got to put a fart in there. Let's put like the long Collider Live fart so that way I can get Roxy on it again. Remember that long Collider Live fart that we used to do? See if you can find it. It's just like long fart. So we got to do that. That's great. Okay, yeah, we can archive some of these. Okay, Sean. Oh, great show, Kristian. Thank you, Sean. You're the man. 117. I'll take it. I will take it. So, guys, thank you. You know what I saw last night too, PLD, when I was watching the Spectacular? I'm sure I knew this because I'm sure I had a million conversations with him while he was there, but I forgot that Saul was there. Saul flew out for the Spectacular 4. Because I saw him standing there, like it was before he was part of the league, and he was sitting there. He was watching all this stuff kind of go down. That fight between Kevin and Kalinowski on stage was good, and it's so funny because again, I love him to death, but Chance blew his cue. He was on. I realized it. I remembered it because they're back and forth, and Kaiser is, you see him. He's talking to him, and Kaiser's such a pro. He puts the mic down, and you could see he Triple H's him. He puts it on here. He goes, push me, and then Chance finally pushes him, and then it all goes down. But I remember going, Chance, push him, do something, push him, and he didn't push him, and then Kaiser had to go push me. It was good. So you go back and you watch that. It's pretty good. I think that's it. Is that it? I think so. Let me double check. Nope. Just kidding. You guys keep me on. Hey, I'll stay here. For another hour. You guys want? Let's do this shit. Johnny Patrizia, Beyond the Mat reaction with Kevin. It's a good one, but the problem with Beyond the Mat is that it's not one of the, it's like, it's not worth the time, because I don't think that one is going to be one where I look and I go, oh, it only did like 3,000 views. It's got to be worth the time. It's a great movie. That was one of the first movies I saw when I got to LA. Remember that. Kenya King, watch Charlie Sheen's The Arrival, classic. I've seen it. It's really good. Really, really good. Oh, I guess nice. It's 10 years anniversary is next month. Wow. That's crazy that's 10 years old. I'm watching some of these movies that Ellis and I used to see together. Crazy Town, that it's so long ago. Can't believe it. Pretty crazy. Yep, you guys are still doing it. I like it. Mortal Kombat 2, thoughts? So Mortal Kombat 1, this new Mortal Kombat that just came out, I have never seen that. So that I will definitely be doing a reaction with. I'll probably do that with Ming, because I've never seen that before. And then the second one, when that comes out, he and I can do the reaction to it, because that's, like I said, Sam's gonna be too busy to do all that. We have so much shit to watch together. But Ming's never seen that. I know he's never seen that last one, and I've never seen that either. So that'll be a first time for sure on that. But the second one, I'm curious to see how it goes. Kenya, watch all the Mortal Kombat movies leading up to Mortal Kombat 2 in May. How many are there? I know that there's the first one from 95, 96. Is that what it was? That wasn't. Yeah, it was 90. Must have been 95 or 96. That I saw. I don't remember it. With Christopher Lambert, I saw that. How many did that do? How many did that do? How many did that do? How many movies did they do? That's what I want to know. Eves, thank you so much. Armada, maybe do Invincible with Tina, Ming, or Steph. Here's the problem that I get, that I find myself getting into with situations like that, is that when it's something that I haven't seen and I bring someone else in, right? If I bring in first of all, if I do with Ming and Tina has a set schedule, like I'd have to get her in for enough, right, on that one. Steph, I don't know if Steph, I feel like Steph maybe has seen Invincible, maybe she hasn't. Steph would be good to watch that with. The problem is, I don't want to get into the same scenario that I got into with Winston, is that we start watching Invincible and then nobody's watching it, because then I got to just cancel. And then everyone's like, where is it? Like Demon Slayer. Everyone's like, where's the rest of Demon Slayer? It's like, it wasn't doing well. And then I almost got a copyright strike because of it. Or I did get a copyright strike because of it. So yeah, I don't know. I liked the Pandemic Mortal Kombat. That's the one I haven't seen. Super chatting here. 5 official Highlander films. He's talking about Mortal Kombat. What the hell are you talking about? Did you fall asleep at the wheel? But 5 Highlanders. When is that? That comes out this year too, I guess. Highlander, right? You can watch those. I've only seen one for sure. No, Mortal Kombat, the first one. So that I want to see how many Mortal Kombat there've been. Esperani, thoughts on doing a mega reaction day per month with Sam and other people who usually react with you? What do you mean, mega reaction a day per month? Like you're just saying, like all day long doing a few. I mean, it just depends on schedule. Is that what you mean as far as scheduling goes, and just knocking out a bunch? I think that's what you mean. We've done that before, and the idea is if I can get Sam in. I mean, look, Sam during Game of Thrones, people were like, oh, you guys are knocking them out so quick. Sam was coming in, and we were knocking out 4 episodes in one sitting. So that's why we were so ahead, because we would do like we did a couple of days where we did like 8 or 9 episodes in a week. Boom, 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 boom. So yeah. I don't think Kevin has seen Invincible. Kevin probably be good, but the problem I don't know how much time Kevin has to do that stuff. Live action, there's been 3 Mortal Kombats. 95, okay, that one I've seen. 97, which I have not seen. 2021, I have not seen, and now this one. Okay, good to know. Thank you, PLD. 127. I don't know. I don't know if I can go. I feel like we could do this. I feel like we do. We already beat Roxy and Mike's record from last week. I think. Did they have 126? I think they had 126 last week. I think so. But I'd like to get to 150 at least. Love to do that. I'd be like, you got to beat. So the goal to beat right now is what I'm going to say tomorrow. The goal to beat tomorrow is 150. Mike's going, what? Roka did 150? Nope. Roka was not on the show. Well, who did it then? You're looking at him, you son of a bitch, is what I'm going to say to him. Okay, let's see. So PLD has been working hard. So this is what he's been doing. Where is it? Hold on. Is it called Feeding the Ducks? Well, don't just hit it. Tell me where it is. Where is it? Oh, it's background music. I see it. Long fart. That's it. It's a good one. It's like a horn. Does it keep going? That's a good one, but it's not the Clatter Live one. The Clatter Live one was like a big, long one like that, but then it was like explosive also. So let's keep looking on the look. Come on, that's a fun part of your job. Come on, that's a fun part of your job to look for farts. What did you do today? I look for farts. I look for big fart sounds. Do that, please. See if you can find it. It's great. All right, let's see if we can find it. We got some more. 131. We're doing this. And then we'll see. Let's see. Tomorrow. Hold on, guys. Okay. Conrad, you won't have that problem with One Piece, just saying. I can't risk it. I can't risk it. I'm sorry. Just can't risk it. Go, pal. What was the Charlie Sheen, Christy Swanson movie? Oh, that one. Is that the one? Are you talking about the spoof one? Hot Shots. Hot Shots I love Hot Shots. Hot Shots Ming has never seen. We'll be doing Hot Shots for sure. How hype will CinemaCon be this year, says Ryan. So we did the first 35, 40 minutes was all about CinemaCon. Well, is that true? No, the first 35, 40 minutes was Avengers, and then the rest of it was CinemaCon. Majority of it was CinemaCon. So I think it's going to be a lot of hype. I think it's the most relevant thing convention out of all of them. So I think it's going to be very hype. I think there's going to be tons of news coming out real soon, especially starting with tonight. Esperani, not all day, but one big movie with more people. Oh, I see. No, they're too expensive. So the way that it works for people who don't have an understanding of it, which I don't expect everybody to, I got to pay the editors to edit it, right? So that's one cost of how much the video needs to make to cover the editors. Then I got to pay the person who I'm watching it with. So that already has to hit a certain amount of money to break even. And you're looking at like box office, right? After that, then it starts to go into and the same reason when I have 2 hosts. Like if I have 2 hosts and it only does X amount of dollars, it's like it's hard to justify having 2 hosts on this show. It really is. It's hard. So that's where, like, when it comes to people always wonder, where do these super chats go? They ultimately go to paying the host overall. And then, there's other things that'll happen. And they also go paying the reactors and other things. And then that also comes from sponsorships and YouTube revenue and things. That's how it goes, being upfront with you guys. So a big movie with everybody, I don't know. Because Sam wants to do some stuff with Ming and Sam wants to do stuff with Sadie, and that would be great. But it's also, Sam and Sadie would be okay because, they're not paying Sadie because she doesn't want to get paid. Be paid anyway. So, So that's a possibility. I don't know. I gotta see. I mean, Sam, Steph wants to do something with Sam. Everyone wants to do something with Sam. Okay. 134. Let me ask a favor for anybody who's planning. If you're not planning to put one in there, a question, that's fine. But because I'm getting close to the show, if anybody has questions about pilot, the story, the making of it, the idea of trying to crowdfund, any of that stuff, I'd like to start that going now because I want to start getting in that mindset as we get closer. So if anybody has any questions about it, throw one in today before we sign off. Sean McCabe, that new Punisher trailer was filmed right near us, Jamaica Avenue, Richmond Hill. I love that trailer. That trailer was amazing. Lincoln, 2 for you're looking at him, you son of a bitch, to Mike. I said it wrong, but you're looking at him, you son of a bitch. That's it. 136. I'm telling you, we're in good shape, guys. Pandoff, Dacre Montgomery was excellent in Faces of Death. I actually got creeped out by his performance. He needs to get more work. He's really, really good. Almost got him back on. There was a pitch to try to get him back on the show here. That's another reason why I've been asking for you guys. Like, I hope today that you guys, if you weren't following me on Instagram or Facebook or TikTok, that you are today, because one of the things I'm trying to do also is the more people that are following and the more clips that are going, like we've had the celebrity interviews that are going viral, the more guests we can get, the more notice that we get and stuff. And I'm going towards that goal of 100,000 on both, at least on Instagram and TikTok. Those are closer to getting to that 100,000. If you guys can go there and you do that right now for me, I would really appreciate it. All right, go pal. Would the Underworld series get enough audience? Yeah, I believe that it would. I mean, look at the response that Maul got and the tone that it's going. And I think in the way that they did it, it would have, especially because there was no Force Awakens. It was only Star Wars that we would have had, especially live action. So yeah, for sure. Armada. There was a long fart that sounded like an old car caboose starting up. Yep. PLT is just hard at work right now looking for farts. I love it. Lincoln West, for the pilot, do you have multiple seasons in mind? Thank you, Lincoln. And I appreciate the question. And that's a great question. I do. We have at least, Martini and I sat together on a dream. We mapped out between 5 and 6 seasons already. We know like where it's going to go and where we want it to go. Now, all of that obviously can change with who's getting involved. And once you start casting and ideas come from other characters, but the core of it, of where we want it to go, yeah, we have between 5 and 6 seasons already mapped out easily. Horror King, still have a potential New York crew to connect you with. Fuzz and the Lens Productions. They're my guys behind the Terrifier franchise. Good guys. Yeah, you know what is funny is that for that series alone, and particularly what you're talking about, I've heard nothing but rave reviews about the people who make that show and who that movie rather, the series, and what they've done and the success that they've had with it. I just don't know if I will ever watch it. So it's hard for me to talk about it because it's just not. I've heard and seen things and again, people love it, but that's not my thing. But I would love to potentially talk to them in general about how they did what they did because I'm fascinated by them and I hear that they're great people. Pandoff, you've compared the pilot before as Californication. Is it still in that style? Finished my rewatch and forgot how good the first 4 seasons were. It has a mix to it. It's funny because I would say it's Californication meets The Bear meets Hacks. It's got like that vibe in there. Again, a sprinkle of there's a couple of different comparisons, but I don't want to spoil all of it. But that's kind of the idea of where it is. But the first 4 seasons, I recently watched a few episodes of season 1, and yeah, it's his demeanor is similar. His demeanor is similar in his kind of attitude in life and how he approaches things. Go pal. I meant back and sale Underworld for reactions. I see what you're saying. Do you think Underworld would do well? Now I understand what you're saying. Maybe. That's one that could be like a surprise hit. That's one that I would be willing to try like the first movie because I've only seen 1, maybe 2, I think. I don't remember if I did. Maybe I watched one with Ellis. Maybe I did. I don't remember. I've seen the first one and don't remember it at all. So I could watch those movies again and try the first one. And if it does well, continue to do them. That's one where I'd be like, all right, let's try the first Underworld. And then it eats a pile of shit and I don't watch anymore. So we'll see. Michael D, how long is the pilot? 30 minutes, 45 minutes? You guys are amazing. And thank you for asking and wanting to know questions about it. So right now it is around 30 minutes, probably like 28 minutes. The episode's perfect. I deserve it. I deserve it. That was a good one. That Mike's getting that all day long tomorrow. Mike's getting that all day long tomorrow. 100%. 28 to 30 minutes, and there'll be quite a like the goal is between 8 to 10 episodes, but that could change. We gotta get the pilot going first. Go, pal. But that was hilarious. Oh, thank you. Johnny Patricia, how's your casting coming together? That has not started yet. Because there's information to come from that once the campaign starts about the casting and things that there's people that we've had discussions with and other things, but certain things have to happen first that I can't get into detail about just yet. That's why I'm like, and once we do, that's when I'm gonna have. I think I'm gonna do like a full week of like talking about the show with the people involved and having them on and doing that to really dive into it and spend a lot of quality time on it. Armada, Rhinestone or Stop or My Mom Will Shoot reaction with Winston. Ooh, I don't know if I could do that. I don't think I've ever seen Rhinestone all the way through. And if I've seen Stop or My Mom Will Shoot, I've only seen the clips when he's Stop or My Mom Will Shoot. Those are, I can't imagine those would do well. I can't imagine they would do well, but I don't know. Maybe. I'm not sure. I'm going to see how the Stallone ones do with Winston. If Rambo and Rocky don't do well, then I ain't doing Stop or My Mom Will Shoot. I'll tell you that. Go, pal. Throw Mama from the Train. It's a great one, too. But, you come from my generation, bud. And I just don't know if our generation's movies really work for the internet. Wiley OFC. Since you have said your show is like The Bear, the artist Esther Rose could maybe fit into your show as a sad moment if there is one. Music's up. Let me see. Esther Rose. Let me bring that up. Look at that. Wiley's someone I'm definitely going to talk to about music. What is it called? What's the name of the song? Hold on a second. Oh, you're just in general. So I have a full playlist, Riley, of the songs that I'm going to make a Spotify list of it too. Now, one of the things that I'd love to do, in my manifest, hopefully goal is we set a goal, we overshoot that goal, and then we say, okay, look, we've overshot the goal. Let's use some of that to get the music that we want. Because if we undershoot the goal, we're gonna not have the music that we want. But that's my goal. My goal is that we overshoot and we again, day one, I'm like, hey, we wanted this, we got that, and now we have still 30 more days to build and build and build, and now we can go out and get songs, do everything else too. Pandoff, Hank Mooney rant on LOL, and LMFAO reminded me of it. Did he do a rant on LOL and laugh my ass off? Did he do one? That's great. That's great. That makes me happy, actually. I don't remember that. Conrad, let Roxy know that I'm hurt she doesn't like One Piece. You can let her know tomorrow. She'll be on tomorrow trying to battle past 153. Kristian Unpronounceable, is the pilot single or multicam? Single. Great question. See, this to me, and this is what I want to so. And I also ask when it's time, I'm going to have the team involved, the director and everybody else on air, and we're going to do these questions also. That's the kind of stuff. Ask them about, please. And keep asking these kind of questions and ask anything you want from these people who you're going to want to speak to. Ask them these types of questions. Lincoln, good to know for your pilot you have a better plan Kathleen Kennedy, JJ, and Star Wars have for the sequels. Also, #SmashCancer. Thanks for answering my question. Thank you for asking it. I can't, and especially when I have a story in my head, I'm consistently thinking about it and them and other things and bouncing it back and forth. And I have like ideas and like obviously dream casting of people that I'd want to have in it. And I'll write a character based off of their, personality, even if I don't ever get them, because I know I can turn that. Like I have a character that I know appears in like season 2 leading into 3. That would be amazing. I have an idea for a character who's going to the perfect casting for who I'd want to play my brother in this. And it's all like, fingers crossed and other things too. I just got to get it. I just got to get it moving because I know the trajectory of where it's going. I know where the characters go. I know the ups and downs and all these things, and I want to tell the story. Go Pal. Would it stay half hour or go series? Yes. Go Pal. Okay. Cruel Intentions. Whole cast still famous. For a reaction, yeah, man. I mean, that was a great movie. That's a good one if people haven't seen it. It's like take the chance, right? Certain movies try to take. There's certain movies I've taken many chances. I've gotten more misses on hits than the chances. One of the big hits that I've gotten on a chance was Warrior, but then I've got a lot of misses, like Days of Thunder, unfortunately. Conrad, Kristian, thank you. Childhood crush celebrity. Two. Julia Roberts and Alyssa Milano. Those were the two big ones. Sean McCabe, have you used any character traits from your crew for side characters on the pilot? So there's definitely been people that I've met in my life that have been added into certain personalities of certain characters for sure. Different people that kind of various, and people that I've met throughout my life that was like, oh, that person, that trait from that person, that could do. That's a line that I could hear someone saying there that would fit into this character here. For sure. Like that's there. Absolutely. 100%. Guys, we're at 168. I think we can do this. Keep asking questions about the show, other things too. We can get there. We can do that. Armada, the Cactus Body Slam video was hilarious. Which one was that? What was the Cactus Body Slam video? Do I know what that is, PLD? I don't know what that is. What is that? Horror King, just message you on IG to link you with my guys. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Conrad, I'm currently not speaking to her. Talking about Roxy, of course. Pandoff, yes, when he does a radio interview, season 1, episode 5. Oh, please, if someone can send me that clip, that would be amazing. That's really great. That actually gives me so much hope because that's the kind of stuff that my character will do and things of that nature that I've done on this show. And that was the thing that, smart people will understand that when I'm talking about people calling me boss and chief and everything too, that, oh, this is a grouchy old guy who just can't handle stuff. Idiots say, oh, it's a bad look. Stick your head up your asshole. All right. Hector, pardon my ignorance if you spoke about it in the past show, but what was the inspiration for the pilot? There is no apology needed. So the inspiration for the pilot, so we were doing a bit on the show in 2012, 2013. And so you guys know this point. At one point in my life, I dated an actress. So people thought that actress was Bonnie Somerville. It was not. But we played into it. And Bonnie came on and we did some bits and Bonnie came on and we played up to it. And I thought how interesting would be if something happened here, like in the lines of like two people who had to do a podcast together in this, and it formulated into an idea that I then wrote in 2014. We were going to do it with the Schmoes crew. We were going to turn it into a show. And so I talked about this. I had it, and then Sasha Poreira had written a draft with me. We had different versions of what we wanted the idea to be, and she did a great job with the thing that she did, but it was in a different direction where I wanted to go with it. So we didn't shoot it. So then I wrote my own version of it, and it just sat there and didn't do anything with it. So then when I was leaving New York, I was leaving to go to New York, and Martini and I, who hadn't seen each other, had lunch, sat down and had lunch. And I told her about this. I gave her my version of it. She really liked the idea. And then we just gutted it completely. Spent time on the StreamYard for I say months, honing a new version of who these characters were, and that's kind of where it came from. And so when you see the show and I tell you more about it, like the story of it, you'll get more of the inspiration of like the character has been through a lot of similar situations that I have been in. He has been in different levels of it. But I very much relate to him. Butt Smasher, Excommunicated is an excellent title. It was the name of it's not it. Well, it was X something else. It's not the title of it anymore. So it's an old title. It's not the title anymore. I can't tell you what the new title is yet, but I liked the title, but we actually came up with a really great, I think a title that's way more relevant to what it is. 160, I'll take it. 160. Pretty damn great. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate you very much for being in here. And that's it. We did. Oh, wait, go pal. When Sam works at a dude ranch in a spandex in WTB. What is that? What is that? What's WTB? Go pal, you do this to me all the time. What's WTB? Sam Levine? I'm assuming. Not sure. Yeah, let me know what that is. I don't know what it, what's WTB? I don't remember. Anyway, you guys rule. And as I say, I'm at 163, and if it turns out there's more, I'm just scanning and making sure that nobody else there's another one in here. Okay. Hold on. Still looking. Okay, guys, so many great comments here and great questions. I'm really happy about this. Conrad, do you look at at clips that fans send One Piece without context of incredible animation? Sometimes I do. If people tag me on Twitter and things, sometimes I do. I'm not going to tell you that every single time. Sometimes people send me things on Instagram. Sometimes I do. I don't want to lie to you and tell you I watch every single thing. I don't. But there's sometimes that I do. So send away, and I will try to get to it. The Lil Yankee. How long will the campaign for the pilot be? I look forward to updates once production starts. I don't want to give that info out just yet because, like I said, I'm still in the hurry up and wait process of this, and I want the director and the producers to really tell a lot of their plans of what they have because it's brilliant. So I'm going to wait for that, but I'll let you know. But you'll have all that information once we're ready. I promise. Gopal, who's the boss? Yeah, she was the best. And speaking of Commando, she showed up in Commando, and I was like, that made it even better. Daniel Lozano, I need to stop calling people boss after your rant. Love the show. Yeah, thank you. It depends. Daniel, depends on how you're using it, right? It depends on how you're using it, because after I did the video, then I was in LA and there was a guy who's a waiter who was calling people boss, but he was not disrespectful. He was not saying it in a way that was demeaning. You can tell this is what he calls people. But then there's other people who call people boss and hoss and chief and all that stuff, and they aren't doing it in a way that you're just like, what are you doing? So don't stop saying it because of me. If you're saying it because it's just part of your vocabulary, and that's just what you do, like dude. Because I don't have a problem with people saying dude. What's up, dude? How you doing, brother? I don't have a problem with that. It's just, I guess it's just the way that it comes off. Acel, Paramount responded to the petition letter saying what? What did they say? Michael D, red carpet premiere for the pilot live stream. Again, part of the stuff that we'll talk about once the campaign runs, but there should be a lot of cool information that comes out. Gopal, I'm actually a fan of people calling me boss and chief. Yeah, look, not everybody feels the way I do. I just, when I have some 18, 19-year-old kid at the grocery thing calling me boss. Okay, boss, no problem, chief. It sounds not great. And the same thing, like, I promise you though, next time I got hit with what happened again. I think I told you guys this. If I get hit with another what happened, I'm going to do nothing happened. I promise you that. This is what I'm going to say. I'm going to go, nothing happened. Nothing happened. I'm just looking for the milk. Nothing happened. Nothing fell. No one screamed. There was no prank videos. Nothing happened. Nothing happened. Next time someone says, I promise you this, that next time someone says what happened, when I ask them a question like, where is the what happened? Nothing. And nothing happened. That's what I'm going to do. I promise you. Butt smasher. It's about tone. Just like calling someone my boy. Yeah, it's 100% about tone. It really is. Absolutely. Michael D. Sid the Squid cameo in pilot. I don't know what happened to Sid the Squid. What a performance. This is the greatest cameo in the history of this show. And that's it. 170, guys. I'm proud of you all. Proud of every single one of you here today, what we did. 170. Beautiful. Eat that, Mike. See, Derek Johnson's going to come in. They're going to do 260. Guys, thank you so much. Just kidding. Go, pal. How about what's up instead of what happened? Maybe so. If someone said, "Oh, sorry, what's up?" Then you're asking like what? I didn't hear you. What? Yeah, I would take depending. Excuse me. What's if you throw an excuse me before that? If you're working at the store, your answer should never be what happened, ever, to anyone. If you're working at the store and a customer asks you something, customer service, and maybe it's just a New York thing, has gone the way of the dodo. I don't want to get too much into it, but like you tell me, I would love to get your opinion on this, the audience, and tell me, you've done it before. If I'm being just a grouchy old man or whatever it might be, you let me know, or you let me know if this particular person was in the wrong. My wife and I went into a store over the weekend, and it's a great store. It's like, for gardening and this other stuff. It's really great, amazing stuff. And so we're looking for stuff, and it's a big store. And I didn't know if this is just a New York thing. So we're there, and we get everything, and we're spending money there. And so my wife says to I think it's the guy who owns the place, I don't know. And he's got to be in his late 60s, early 70s. I don't know. And she says to him, "Well, do you guys carry the covers that protects the plants from like the bugs and stuff?" He's like, "Yeah, we got them. They're in the back towards the side that you're in." She's like, "Oh, you know where?" He's like, "Yeah, in the back towards the side." She's like, "Okay." So me, my daughter, my 8-year-old, and my wife we check out the spot. We can't find it. So we come back in. My wife says to the guy again, well, I couldn't find it back there. There was no one there. It's one person I went back there. She didn't speak English. I was trying to talk to her, and so she directed me back here. Well, and she didn't understand me. And so, do you know where it is? So can someone bring it up? And so I'd like to purchase it. He goes, "Well, Joe's back there waiting for you." To which I wanted to say, "Who the fuck is Joe?" I didn't. But how am I supposed to know who Joe is? I don't know Joe. I know a lot of Joes. I don't know this Joe. I don't know who Joe is. So my wife goes, "Well, I don't know who Joe is." And he's like, "Well, Joe's in the back. He's waiting for you." My thought is, shouldn't he call Joe and tell Joe to bring the fucking thing up to the front? We have a customer here. That's what. Go find Joe is what he tells my wife. Go find Joe. And I'm like, okay. So we go and we look for Joe. And we go back there, and I hear Joe, who was pretty good. Joe says to the guy, he's like, "Hey, if there's there was a young kid there too that was working there, and the young kid didn't know where things were. He thought they didn't have it." And he tells my wife, he's like, "We don't have it." She's like, "Well, I know you have it. They said you have it." And then they sent her back up to the front. So Joe, I hear say to the kid, "Listen, next time a customer comes in and asks for something, don't let them walk back to the front. Let's work together and find." I heard Joe's giving the right answer. Joe should own the fucking place, because then we go back to this guy, and he's like, "Oh, you should have figured it out." He says, and then we're walking out, and I'm like, my wife's like, I got to say something to him. I can't believe that that's how they run the business. I go, "I don't think it's going to go anywhere. Maybe let's just go." Then I got on the phone with my oldest, because we were late. So my wife calmly goes up to the guy and is like, "Hey, I just wanted to let you know that it wasn't really great how, I think you spoke to me, how you telling me to go back there." He goes, "I talked to you fine. Have a good day. Have a good day. Thanks for coming in. Have a good day." And she's like, "Well, I just want to have a good day. But just to let you know that, have a good day." My 8-year-old's right there, by the way. And so he then says, she's like, You're talking to me like this in front of I'm talking to you just fine." My wife was upset about it. I calmly went in. I said, "I just don't know if that was right. Have a good day. I talked to her just fine." I'm like, forget it. And it's, I just feel like customer service has gone out the shitter recently. There's some people, I think, with digital and everything too. I don't know. But I'm curious what you guys think. What do you think? I'm curious. How do you feel? about that. Was I in the wrong? But who is Joe? How am I supposed to know who Joe is? Isn't that crazy? That's just crazy. Anyway, yeah, I don't know. I was upset because the place is good. It's a good place. I'll never go in there ever again, but it's a good place. It's a really good place. It's got like great stuff. But yeah, the guy was a dick on wheels. So I just can't. Anyway. 178. Look at this. 178. We got more. Shit, we might as well just stay and wait till 200 at this point. Okay. I'm gonna go back to where is it? Okay. We did that one already. Sorry. I'm gonna see what the last one was gonna be. I apologize. I'm coming back here. It's about tone. We did that. Sid the Squid. How about what's up? Here we go. Paul, what happened? I got to get somebody on tape next time they say that. Richard Ogatura. Hey, Kristian, can you share any story details about the pilot? Absolutely stoked to check it out when it's finished. I'm gonna ask a question to the director. And let me see. Hey, the audience is asking if I can share any story details about the pilot, period. I'm assuming the answer is no right now, question mark. I'm going to see what he says. But I'll let you know, Richard, if he says I can say anything. But if not, he's probably going to tell me no, I would assume. Okay. Conrad, black household context and tone is everything. Tone is everything. Tone is everything. Michael D, did something happen? What happened? Nothing happened. Hector Pena, what if somebody pulls a Gatsby and calls you old sport? I'd be okay with that. I would be okay with that. If they did it, if they could land it, I would do that. Go, pal. I'm sorry for what did you say? Yeah, I'm sorry. I didn't hear you. What did you say? Because that's ultimately what he meant. Go, pal. I'll always remember the Dennis Leary line. Who the fuck is Pete? Fuck Pete in his beer-flavored beer rant. Yeah, I'm telling you, it's crazy. Joshua Gonzalez. Last Munchkin of Wizard of Oz just passed away. Oh, man. That's horrible news. Jeez. Kristian unpronounceable. Fine. I'll use this now. There you go. See? Joe Mantegna. Go, pal. Thank you. Yeah, right. Exactly. Joe Mantegna. Conrad, I would want to put hands and feet on dude, not Joe. Well, yeah, he was old. He was old. I wasn't even remotely close to upset. I didn't like that he was, shining my wife on the way that he was. He was being, we just spent, a handful of bucks to get the stuff that we did. But he was an old man. I wasn't, I was respectful. I said, I just didn't really appreciate the way there was some lady in the back. Oh, he spoke to her just fine. He said the same thing he just said to you. So yeah, but it was in the manner that he was saying it. He wouldn't let her get a word in. So have a nice day. Thanks for coming in. Have a nice day. Anytime she tried to say anything, he was just trying to talk to him. But I just, I told her, I said, you can't get too worked up about it, because I said a lot. And I think it's also very old school in New York in the way it is too. It's like, come on, come in, pay for your shit, get the fuck out. It felt like that. But what are you going to do? Okay. James Wheeler. Maybe because I'm Gen X from Boston, I completely agree with you. I don't know. I mean, like I said, my wife is always respectful when she comes. Like, if there's ever a thing it's one of the things I admire about her and how she approaches things, where she'd be like, I just wanted to say, and I told you guys about the conversation that she had with that lady on the lawn. And the lady was expecting her to like come in like screaming. That's not what my wife does. She said, just wanted to say this. And normally, most times people listen to her and they have a conversation with her, and wherever it goes. This guy was just a douche. But like I said, he just can't. I told her before we even started talking about it. When she's like, I want to say something, I said, I don't think it's going to go anywhere. I just know people. I know people like that. I've grown up with people who have parents like that. And I've seen store owners like that from growing up in Queens. I'm like, it's not going to go anywhere. The guy he does not give a shit about how you felt that he made you, go back there and go find Joe. He doesn't care. And it wasn't even necessarily about just finding Joe. It was a matter of how he told her, like she worked there. It's one thing like, we were talking about with like the way that we're talking about with how you refer to someone boss or chief, whatever, too. It's like, if you would have said, look, we're really busy up here right now. There's a guy in the back. His name's Joe. You'll be able to find him. He's got this thing on it. Look for him. He knows you're coming back there. He's waiting for you. He's right at the front, and he'll help you out. I'm sorry you have to go back there again. I think at that point, you go, okay, that's fair. You're busy and you need, that's what you need. It's like, go find Joe. He's waiting for you. How the fuck does she know who Joe is? And why would you talk to a customer that way? It's crazy. I don't know. I don't care. Sean McCabe, I'm spending money to raise Mike's blood pressure. There you go. 186. We're almost there. I said, good day, sir. 100%. Go, pal. Lil Yankee, glad you didn't get locked up, Kristian, for Sadie getting talked to away in front of your noise. I know that, but like I said, he was an old man. I'm lucky he wasn't my age or younger, because I think my blood would have boiled harder, but it didn't. It was an old man set in his ways, and I talked to him as calm as I'm talking to you guys right now. There was no reason, no insults, nothing. There's no reason for that. The guy runs his store the way he runs. He lost customers today. He doesn't give a shit. What does he care? It's a very popular store that will continue to do well with or without us. But it's just a bummer. It just it was a bummer. Michael D, support. There you go. Guys, I'll take 187. I think we can close it down with 187. I mean, I think we could have did 13 more, but with a 2-hour and 45-minute show, I'll take it. I'm hungry. I got some meatloaf in there I'm going to eat. Turkey meatloaf. But that's it. Appreciate you guys so much today. All the wonderful questions that you asked. All the things that we did here. 187 is one of the best days we've had in months. Scratch that. New member just made us, and we got 189. Look at this, Michael D. 189. Should I stick around for the next 11? Let's stick around. I'm going to stick around for the 11. I think we can do it. You see? Look at that. Eves coming back in. Go, pal. One time, I almost brained a guy going into a temple. Why? What happened? Go, pal. I can't see you getting angry. 191. We got 9 to go. And all you can do, you ask more questions about the pilot. You want to ask more questions about anything else going on, anything else we should talk about, discussions. 191. We're 9 away. We can do it. We can do it. Because I am pointing and knowing that I have right now I got a baked potato in there. I'm hungry, but I'm waiting. All right. 196. Sean McCabe. Hi, Mike. There you go. Go, pal. Jostling. I line 1 Ricky. I don't know what you're saying, go, pal, but it's part of the total, so I like it. What's for dinner, Michael D? See, this isn't fair. Yeah, I have to be fair here. And I'll tell you, Michael D, what's for dinner? For dinner for me tonight is going to probably be, I think my wife's making spaghetti and meatballs. I'm excited about that. So Unheard of Sirens, I would be unfair for me to accept both of these, because I said that it's got to be in a question form of 199 or more, and I've used that against the audience, against the hosts in the past. So I'll set that as 1. We'll say it's 198. Do I have a favorite cheat meal now? It's always pizza. My cheat meal is always pizza, always, for sure. But I'll tell you, one of the things that I really need to do though, is when the campaign starts, I'm going to start counting calories, and it's going to be crazy. Right now, I've been slacking a little bit more. We're officially at 201 now. Harv's K. Roxy is not beating your number this week. Looks like this will be the week she stops watching One Piece. Maybe so. Go, pal. I was already in a bad mood and holding my niece. Ooh, that's tough. Yeah. Sean, keep me in mind for craft services. I mean, a mean steak sandwich. Ooh, steak sandwich. Love steak sandwiches. Eric Henderson, to quote Derek Johnson, support. Appreciate that. Conrad, One Piece for shits and giggles. 201. We did it. Just kidding. 20. What? More than. Let's look at this. Want to keep going? Let's keep going. Fuck it. Go, pal. But the guy also had a kid with him, so I didn't. Good. See, it's just not worth it. It's just not worth it. It really isn't, because I'm telling you, I left that place, go, pal. I wasn't mad at all. I've been in situations before where I get heated, and I can't. It's not worth it in the long run. And plus, like I said, the man was easily in his 70s, and he's set in his ways. What am I going to do? Start screaming at a 70-year-old man? This is so stupid. I just like, this wasn't the best. And he wasn't even breaking through. We didn't even have a conversation. Have a good day. Have a good day. Have a good day. All right, forget it. Legend, how's your Yankees doing, dude? Well, not great. When it came to Tampa, last two games, but yesterday and now they're 8-7, but they're both 8-7 and they're tied with Tampa. So I thought I was watching the games with my little one on. Her and I went to eat dinner the other day together. We were watching both the games. She's becoming a Mets fan. I don't know how that happened. Sean McCabe for Mike. Thank you. Armada, PLD and Roca Coachella Road to. Oh my God, please be amazing. For the look on Mike's stupid face, 200 is gonna be 207, not 206. 206. Eric Henderson, 206, guys. We did it. 206. Take that, Mike. It's tomorrow. Now you got to tune in tomorrow to see how Roxy and Mike are gonna react to that. 206. What a start. Okay, let's see. Armada, do you like Tampa or Miami more? I'm more of a Tampa guy. I like Tampa. It's not that I dislike Miami. I've had a lot of fun. I really like. It's not Miami, but I had a lot of fun in the Keys. I had a lot of fun in Boca. I had a lot of fun in that zone of Florida. I've had fun in South Florida. A lot of my family and friends and everything lived in Tampa, and I spent a lot of time in Tampa in the St. Pete area. So I like that. I like that a lot. I like Tampa. 207, guys. Amazing. That's the first 200 that we've hit in probably months. So really appreciate you guys doing that. And we shall see tomorrow how we're going to do and how Mike and Roxy are going to do. And maybe they make it. Maybe Mike comes up with something and finds a way to do it. You never count Mike out. Or Roxy. Two of them. Thank you guys so much. You rule. Thank you for doing what you did today for real. Up 208. 208. Thank you, Ed. You're the man. You guys rock. Appreciate it. 208 it is. We will see you guys on the flip side. Perfect. Thanks again, and see you sooner than later. Bye, everybody. Again, much appreciated everything you did today. See you later.